to the secret late night broadcast because I don't know how to fucking stream at a regular hour because I have mental illness. But what's up? How you guys doing? I got caffeine at 9:30 p.m., which can only end well. And I'm gonna try to provide some fucking vibes. I hope March has to move more so he can procrastinate by streaming. March has to move more? What do you mean? Procrastinate moving? We need to do all the intros like this episode. Yeah, you like that one? You guys like the episode, the intro to today's episode? You are a streamer. Yeah, I've actually streamed more than Austin this year, so just let that sink in. I am a streamer. Wow. I'm a fucking streamer. If you think about it, I am a content creator, right? Like, follow me here. Follow me on this. Austin, as far as just in terms of the quantity of content that he's produced this year, that he's been a part of, I've made most of that content, just pound for pound, hours per hours. So I've created content for him. And I have my own stream too. So really, I'm a content creator. But what's up? Welcome back. Cleaning a building at 12:30 a.m. watching a streamer drink Celsius. Jesus damn, we're down horrendous, aren't we? Next time he pretends to be a streamer on the podcast, bring that up. Yeah, that'll go well, I'm sure. What decorator designer did Fearan use to make the podcast stream come alive? We used these girls that have like a company that does set design and special like projects like that. They're really good. High speed search. You created a Central Asia monster? Yeah, I did. I created a celebrity in Kazakhstan, apparently. The TikToks on the Patreon episode made my ears bleed. It was so loud. Yeah, okay. I know. Okay, we'll dial it in. I think you mean the Insta stories, not the TikToks. Or maybe it was the TikToks. But look, there's a lot of moving pieces, okay? I'll dial in the audio for that better. I'm sorry. Overall, it was an improvement from the previous week, though, wasn't it? It's only our second episode in the new studio, okay? There's some kinks we got to work out. Give me an episode or two. Another great penis podcast episode. Yeah, they need to talk about something else, bro. I'm losing my fucking mind. Does your hair hurt from carrying? Yeah. Do you wear contacts? No. No. I have glasses that I should wear, but I don't. Solid patch update. Thank you. I'm glad somebody appreciated it. Hi, Metal Pup. Only up from here. Progress was made. Lovely jacket, though, Marshy. Thank you. It's a new addition to my closet, a personal favorite of mine. Shh. Was Cutie on the last episode? Yes. How's your hairline still so good? I don't know. It's keeping it tight, though, honestly. I think I have a pretty good hairline for 28. I just turned 28 last month or like 2 months ago. And we're holding strong. We're holding frame right now. I feel like over here on this side, it's like thinning a little bit, but that's not because my hairline's actually thinning, but because I always move my hair like this, and I think I'm just ripping all the hair out by doing that 100 times a day, because this side is more accurate to what it's probably like. And it's looking good. No, I'm not a finesse stride board yet. Kaya loves the tripod. Yeah, we let Kaya stay, and I think she was a great addition. Did you see I met Austin at the Abbey on Saturday? I think I saw that in the Discord. I was actually at the Abbey that night too, but I think he had already left. But I just happened to end up there that night because I had some friends that wanted to go there coincidentally, and so we ended up going for a couple hours. I hadn't been there in a long time. Next episode, interrupt them to say, guys, you spent the past X episodes talking about dicks. Can we do something else? I mean, I'll offhandedly. I mean, they already know. They definitely know. Hi, Martian Bond. Stay happy. I'm still regrowing mid crown. Oh, you got this. Thank you for the tier 1. I'll set aside your tier 1 sub money for future finasteride prescription that I will need. I will let you do fear and swear jar, but for word penis, dude, that'd be sick. Put it right there on the table. That'd actually be so funny. Bro, you pumped out that fear and video so fast, you're a machine. What do you mean? I do that every single week. I literally do that every week, which is why I'm usually dead on Mondays. I've done that for the past 74 weeks now. How'd you fix the lighting? I went over it last stream, but I added like a square or a rectangular panel with softbox in the closet and angled it, and we made it work. I think it's a huge improvement. Are you liking the Saturday recordings? Yes, the Saturday recordings are much better, but I'm not getting used to them, and I'm not gonna get too cozy or used to that because I know they're gonna fucking go back to Sundays soon. I saw the yard Easter egg. Where was the yard Easter egg? Do you think a new lens might make the room look a bit cozier? Maybe a smaller depth of field? Can you elaborate on that? I don't know what that means. I dropped out of college. I'm self-taught. Do you edit the videos all by yourself? Your jacket made me subscribe. This? Thank you. This is actually a custom one-of-one jacket that I found on Reddit. I'm a huge Childish Gambino Donald Glover fan, and so I was on the Donald Glover subreddit, and somebody was like, I make custom stuff and I'm selling my stuff, and like this was a jacket that she made, and I was like, oh, this looks cool. Support a little small business. Donald Glover is my Taylor Swift, basically. I just don't shove it down everyone's throat like Swifties do. I say as I'm wearing the jacket, but like it's not always like this, you know? So you did do the softbox in the closet. Cool. Glad I could help. By the way, if you notice, Hassan's hat blocked the light from his face. Yeah, I know. I still need to add cloth to the harsh ceiling lights, and then maybe add another panel in there somewhere on the other side. But either way, it's a big improvement, I think. Wanted to say something last stream. The tubes do help for shadows and controlled angles. Yeah, maybe I could put a tube. Couldn't I put a tube like behind the couch to make like a fill light so there's no shadows? Or is that fucking two head? NDKY, but I feel like if Ludwig joined in OTK, they would pump out the best events on Twitch. Yeah, that's probably true. But I mean, that would never happen just because Ludwig has fucking mogul moves and off-brand already. So, like, if anything, they're direct competitors to OTK at this point. Although I'm sure they could collab in the future. Put Hassan in a tube. Yes. Craziest part is that I didn't know about the Christmas concert. Austin told me I should get tickets, and it was 2 hours before, so I got to go to the concert and see everyone else. Oh, sick. How many times have you watched Atlanta? All the way through? Like 3 times. But I'll go back and like revisit certain episodes a little more often. The off-brand staff at Dodgeball was white as hell. Yeah, I'm actually not too familiar with the off-brand staff. I'm pretty familiar with the Mogul Move staff because some of them are some of my old coworkers from 100 Thieves. Um, but off-brand is mainly comprised of Beyond the Summit people, which I was never too familiar with. But they all seem very nice. Watching the Patreon right now, it's great, and I hope she does make more appearances on the travel shows. The extra Emily thing? Okay, so when I tweeted that, some people might have thought this was a joke, and it kind of was a joke, but so for context, to anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I tweeted today when our new episode went up on the podcast. I tweeted from the podcast Twitter account, which, by the way, in case anybody doesn't know, it is me on the page on the podcast Twitter account. In fact, it's always been me on the podcast Twitter account. No one has ever sent another tweet on this account besides me, even though every single host of the show has the login info for this account. I think it's funny when people think that like Hassan is tweeting from this account or something. I'm like, yeah. Funny of you to assume that Hassan would ever log into this account and tweet something. Funny, that's crazy. But so I tweeted out, I was like, hey, Extra Emily will be joining us on all future international podcasts. Our female representation because Cutie refused to get on a plane. More info below. So this is like a joke. This is alluding to a comment that was made in the Patreon episode, I think. I can't remember if it was on the live or in the Patreon, but the reason I tweeted it like this is like, one, it could be a joke, right? It's kind of intended to be like a little bit of like a joke. But way back in the day, like in like March or April of this year, I tweeted out Austin Show and Cutie Cinderella are officially joining the podcast when that was not even like a conversation. Like that was not a, like, I just woke up one day before that episode and I was like, this would be funny to tweet. And then like, I just tweeted that and then it like it like incepted it into people's brains. And then it actually started the conversation that eventually turned it into a real thing. And I was like, oh shit, I have so much power. I can just tweet things into existence. And so we did talk on the Patreon about having Emily like come, and she does want to come with us. But I feel like if I put it out there on Twitter, there's receipts and it manifests it a little more. So we'll see. Maybe. I think it'd be fun. I think if you bring Extra Emily on the fucking on the international podcast episodes, it kind of just gets two birds stoned at once, and like a lot of our travel content that isn't the podcast consists of IRL streams, and I mean she's kind of the goat of IRL streams, so there you go. You get everything taken care of. You get some IRL content, and you get a woman on the podcast because Cutie won't fly. Next week should be breaking news. March will be getting 50% of the podcast. Yeah, breaking news. I'm actually the sole owner of the podcast and getting all the money now. That'll work. I could just tweet it and it's real, right? No, I wouldn't do that. Somebody tagged us in this. Podcast host with their female guest, and somebody said Fear and Pod newest episode. Okay, dude. Can we also get Kai on the international episodes of the pod? I would love that, personally. Oh my god, my throat is so fucked up. I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry, I'm dying. You should play Fear and you mean the Austin show? Yeah, I'm gonna try not to give that as much attention as possible because I feel like people are gonna be calling it the Austin show now for the next year. So I'm gonna try to encourage that behavior as little as possible because I feel like even if I don't encourage it, it's gonna happen a shitload regardless. So encouraging it will just make it happen forever, beyond the point of it being funny. And so I'm trying to really avoid that. Do you have any desire or plans to play No Pixel with everyone? I've thought about it, but probably not. I don't know. I'm not going to say never. I'm not going to say no definitively, but right now I'm leaning towards no just because I lack the self-confidence to do it. I've tried it once before on No Pixel like years ago, and I was like, I don't know. I just was awkward and sucked, I think. Actually, it was pretty fun, but like, I feel like I don't know. I think what happens is I watch people like Seer and like Will Neff play that game, and they're just so fucking funny and so good at improvising and creating content out of nothing and like just going in there and doing the thing. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'm not that at all. So it discourages me, which is bad. And I recognize that it's bad. Oh my God. And I recognize that it's bad. But it's hard, you know? I go through phases of like self-confidence. Like I'll go through phases where I am really feeling myself and really confident and like really motivated, and then I'll go through phases where I'm just like ton of the self-doubt, don't think I'm like interesting or entertaining, stuff like that. I feel like I'm in one of those swings right now a little bit, but I'm trying to get out of it. And so maybe if like the mental state aligns correctly and No Pixel is still relevant, then I'll be like, fuck it. I'll wake up and I'll be like, let's do it. So I don't want to say never, but right now I'm leaning towards no. Which sucks because like I have a lot of friends who are playing it. And so it would be fun to play with them, but I just feel like I don't want to make... I don't know. I can't believe you showed Austin the clip. Yeah. I really thought about not showing him the clip, but I feel like it was just too good of content to pass up for the podcast. And I was like, this is definitely going to go to his head and start the running joke in our community that it's the Austin show, which is going to be funny for a little bit. And then people are probably going to beat it into the ground and it's not going to be funny anymore. But I think it was too worth the content to pass up. Hopefully I'm right about that. How did you meet Ray? I used to work at 100 Thieves, and that's where I met her originally. Is the Hassanless episode still a possibility? I think he's actually gonna be back in time, so I think it's not gonna happen yet or ever. I don't know, but it's still a possibility. But right now, I think he'll actually be back. You can always take your time in your alone / free time to try and work on it, build your confidence in doing that thing until you think you could try it on stream. You mean like play No Pixel off stream? If you died, who would you trust to get the podcast done? Like, are you asking me if I died, like in real life, who I would get the podcast done? I don't know. I guess I'm not planning on dying. I feel like after I hit 30, 31, I spent a lot more time in the up part of the self-confidence swing. Yeah, I think with aging, it's gotten better too. I think it's also a little different when you exist around content creators and streamers and personalities, both internet personalities and like, I don't know, just general celebrity types. There's a lot of like self-comparison, which is an easy trap to fall into. I think I'm pretty good about avoiding it, but still, it's like not impossible. Wait, what? Where is Hassan? Hassan is going out of town on a family vacation for Christmas. But I don't think he's going to be gone. So we were entertaining the idea of like having to potentially do a show without him in his house, which would be really funny. But I think he'll actually be back in time. So, and don't worry, he'll still stream. I'm providing him with the equipment so that he can IRL stream. So you'll still get your content. The real content should be you guys shipping Austin to Central Asia for him to live from the go. I want him to go on that other podcast. I think that'd be hilarious. Yeah, the podcast dies with me. If I die, the podcast dies. Billy Ray Brains, what would it take for Barnaby to be the new stand-in for when it is only a 3-person podcast? That's a Will Neff question, not a me question. Congrats on getting called the hottest by the pole instructor. Yeah, that pole instructor was trying to fuck me. I was not expecting that out of nowhere. I was like, I just work here, bro. You should still do a secret episode without him. Yeah, that would be funny. Makes life easier when creating besides the other stuff. Wait, what are you talking about? Sorry, I got lost in the conversation. You guys also need to get Caroline in the pod. Is Caroline going to ever be on the podcast? I think eventually we'll have her on. Right now there's no immediate plan to, but I don't think it's off the table either. I'd say it's possible. For the person asking how you met Ray, isn't there a video about your rise to infamy? Yes, there is a video. There's a couple interviews I've done now that kind of explain the story. And I've talked about it a lot on stream too, which is why I kind of gave like the very short abridged answer, which is just I met her 100 Thieves and then we started working together. Why does sofa look comfy? It's a lot less comfy than it looks. It's actually kind of shit. Which is why it's my bedroom sofa, not my living room sofa. Please let Caroline know we want her on. Oh, she knows. We talked about it during the blacksmithing stream in the car ride. She's like, people ask me every day. And I was like, don't worry, people ask me every day too. Which is fine. I mean, it just means that you guys want her on, which is nice. But she knows. You find a new place yet? Still looking. I have a place that I applied for today that's like my fallback second choice. But I'm still looking for I'm still holding out hope for the perfect first choice, but we'll see. Who/what is Billy Ravebrains? I hear Will say that like once per episode. I think he coined that name for me on literally the second episode. Yeah. So you'd have to watch that. That's crazy. Now that I think about it, yeah, I remember exactly what episode he referred to me that as, and I think it was literally the second episode with Pussy Riot and Eva Elfie, which is crazy that we had Eva Elfie as a guest on our second episode. It's so funny. Dope ass jacket. I'm not in LA, but I heard Donald opened a boba place there. Oh yeah, Jelly Man. I haven't been there yet. I don't remember 75% of your guests, TBH. Yeah. Yeah, my brain's just so focused on like getting everything out that like I forget quickly too. Eva Nadia Grimes was a wild content run. Yeah, I wish we got Grimes on the podcast. I mean I don't know, like I haven't been keeping up with like Grimes, like what she's doing out in the world. I don't know if she's like canceled yet or like if people like fuck with her, but I feel like it'd get good views. So like how sick would it be to have Grimes on the podcast and just have her shit talk Elon Musk? That'd be so fire. We'd get a good jillion views and probably doxed. Just want to say you're absolutely killing it. Keep doing you. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you. I'm very bad at receiving compliments, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. She's in custody battle with Elon right now for their weird android kids. Nice. Who's your dream guest? I mean, the one that would never come on would be Donald Glover, obviously. But I don't know. Realistic dream guest that's like not outside of like the realm of possibility. I don't know. There's so many I'd want. There's still so many we have to do. Donald Trump. I want Donald Trump on the podcast. Nandre, yeah. My dream guest is Nandre. Yeah, John Mayer. Honestly, a John Mayer episode is possible. John Mayer episode is possible and would be insanity. So that's probably up there as far as my dream ones. I can't, gun to my head, I can't name a single John Mayer song. I don't have any fucking loyalty or allegiance or affinity to John Mayer, but just for the content that it would be, having him on the pod while Cutie is there fucking white knuckling through it, or even better, grilling him to his face, would be awesome. He's all class. Is that a good thing? Nandre, did you hear me say that you're my dream guest? Yee. Ski. Ski. Hassan Minaj with Hassan Piker would also be a banger. All right, let's watch this fucking episode of the podcast, shall we? We've stalled long enough. We've stalled for far too long. I will say the episode, doing well. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. Fucking, it's like a 3 of 10 episode on the ratings, and 12 hours in, it already has 127,000 views on YouTube, so that's pretty hype. Love that. It's a good day for podcasting. And you know what? The comments aren't all complaining about how horrible the audio and lighting is, so I'm having a much better week so far already than I was last week. Any luck with booking those I've had at Pod Ladies? Oh my God, I just realized I need to reply to their emails. Yes. I think I even have a date for you. Let me respond to this. Hold on. Let me respond to their email right now. Thank you for reminding me. Do you need a job as an assistant? They messaged me at 10 a.m. and I ghosted them. They said, hey, we are officially... Oh, no. They said, hey, just checking in on this. Fuck. I left them on red 4 days ago. Yes, that's perfect. That's perfect. If it's doable, we would love to turn around and film an in-person I've had it episode while we're all together. Since we're traveling and won't have equipment, if I bring a hard drive, can we use the same setup and transfer the files to my drive? Let me know if that time works for you. We've blocked out the whole morning and can be available. Yes, that sounds good to me. You guys can totally use our set. And then here's the pro trick. Here's the pro trick. Watch. Here's the pro trick. You don't send the email at 10 p.m. You schedule send for 8 a.m. so that when they get the email, they're like, wow, look at this early worm. Look at this productive early worm. He's so good. He's so professional. Early bird gets the worm. Jesus Christ. My brain is not working. A lot of brain fog today. So update on the I've Had It people. I'm giving you guys the special scoop here on my stream because I always feed you. I always feed you the leaks, the special little morsels. I always reward your time here with the secret behind the scenes morsels so that you're in the know, you're tapped in, finger on the pulse. So you can really say you are the Fear and Superfan by being here with me. But they reached out and they said that they'll be in Los Angeles January 17th, 18th, 19th for something else. They were already going to be in Los Angeles. And I was like, yes, we'd still love to have you with the 19th work because the 19th is a Friday. They said 19th is perfect. I said, let's do it in the morning and shoot it in Hassan's house where the Fear and studio is. And then I asked them, and then they were like, do you want to just shoot Fear and or you want to do both shows? And I was like, we'll do Fear and because that's where the studio's at. But if you guys want, we can Zoom Hassan in when you get back home, or you guys can also shoot on our set. And then she was like, we can just shoot on your set. So it sounds like January 19th, Friday. And I already ran this by the team. I already told Hassan and Will and them, I was like, guys, January, the I've Had It ladies are coming to our podcast. And they said, good, lock it in. And I said, good. So now, they definitely did not make a mental note of that. I've told them, but they definitely did not make a mental note or a physical note or a calendar note of that. So what's going to happen is like a week from it, I'm going to be like, guys, next week's the I've Had It. And they're going to be like, what? Okay, what? That's crazy. And pretend like they didn't have a month plus notice. But anyway, I'm telling you guys now. So January 19th, the I've Had It ladies are coming to shoot an episode of Fear and in our studio, and then they're going to use our set to shoot an episode of I've Had It, and that will I don't actually know what their podcast format is like when they have guests. I think they just do like one guest, so they'll probably just have Hassan or Will or both, or maybe just like Hassan and Cutie. I don't know, but yeah. And then because there's 6 of them total, if everybody wants to be a part of it, we'll probably use the old set for that. So we'll figure it out. You added it to the share calendar. Ah, yes, the shared Fear and calendar that we all have and share. Yes, of course I added it to that thing that is real and exists. Duh. Oh, chatter. Oh, sweet, sweet, innocent chatter. You think the streamers check calendars. You have so much to learn. Nah, the trick is something like 8:16 because 8 a.m. on the dot smell scheduled reply. Oh, that is actually big brain. March Booba stream. It is Boobember. According to Nandre. Why are streamers so unorganized? Streamers have chicken brain, and that's okay. They're talented in other ways. They don't need to be organized. They just make fun entertainment for us to slop up. For us little slop pigs to eat like little slop, and then we eat it, and then it's like, and then they get millions, which is good. I support the system. They fill the trough. Yeah, they fill the trough for the little slop pigs. This song's fire. When does the Fear and offline TV collab come out? It should be any day now. I was told any day now. I think it's got to be someday this week. It might even be tomorrow. I don't know. Thank you for the tier 1, Maddie. Appreciate you, bud. We are at, I think that puts us at 95 subs. We're damn near 100 subs. We're damn near real streaming numbers. 100 subs I think that's the threshold where I can fit. Oh, okay. We're at 100 subs. I didn't even get to finish saying like what that would be like if I got there. We're already there. So thanks for the 5 gifted. 100 sub smile. Thanks, Maddie. Appreciate that. If you got gifted a sub by Maddie, say thank you now. Unless you're AFK. But 100 subs, I think that makes us officially considered a real streamer in the eyes of the general public. So we're back. We're so back. We fucking made it. We're back. What do you usually do for streams? We're still figuring that out as a community. But one thing that has remained consistent every week is we'll rewatch the newest episode of the podcast and I'll give my director's cut commentary, BTS commentary on it. I'll react ethically to it so that I don't get in trouble by the content producer for just stealing the content. Yeah. And then, we do some gaming sometime, do some just chatting. But I'm still trying to figure out what I want to really do for streams, like the majority of stream content. I mean, variety streaming is always going to be the best for like longevity as a streamer. You never want to like try to pigeonhole yourself into too much content. It's just a lot harder to remain or keep thinking of shit to do in stream. It's just you yelling at yourself for not reacting hard enough. Yeah, exactly. Just me looking in a mirror, DMCAing myself. Okay. Anyway, like I said, I've dilly-dallied long enough. Let's fucking get into it. Damn, that's 100 subs. I love the BTS content. I'm glad you like it. I love the reacts. I'm glad you like it. Will you ever post the director cuts of the podcast to Patreon or YouTube? They'll probably just live here for the free episodes. I always want to do premium episode reactions behind the paywall for the paywalled episodes, but I'm lazy and it's a lot of work and I'm already spread very thin, which is mainly my fault. I could be better about that. Anyway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fear and Podcast live for the
second
time in our brand new studio with your favorite hosts and our amazing guest,
Extra Emily.
Sync claps all around. We're
All right, that caught me off guard. I actually forgot that's that's so funny. That turned out way better than expected. Can't add any more Patreon content to Austin Final Schedules his White Hat Carrot episodes. That's never happening. Like he's never doing that. I have to add more stuff.
Hello, baby boy. I miss you, boo.
Hey, baby boy. I miss you too. What's up, Adam? Thank you for the 79 months. Love you, buddy. Saw a little from the episode in the new studio. Setup is dope. I'm glad you like it. That shit had me so off guard. Yeah. That was a. So as some of you guys know, my roommate, Gabe, is like the shadow editor on this show. He's the actual editor. So I produce the show and I like live cut all the episodes and like, so I do all like the live switches and I record the actual show and I do all the socials and I do everything that isn't editing. And I have, whenever I'm traveling remotely, I edit the episodes myself. So I also even edit some of the episodes too. And I'll like do a bunch of stuff. Anyway, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Jazz Who too. Damn. Thank you. Holy shit. We're fucking raking in the subs today, eh? Appreciate y'all. But whenever so so I have the whole. Oh my god, my brain is not working today. Holy shit. What was I saying? Yeah, so I live edit the episodes. I'm in the studio. I cut up the camera angles. I do it all, and then I hand it off to Gabe, who is our like literal title editor, and he puts like a little intro on the front,
Depot fat.
and he puts a little outro on the back. And if like somebody says the F slur, like he'll mute it. I'll like make a timestamp. Or if somebody cancels themselves, he'll cut out the part where they cancel themselves. Also, thank you, Emma, for the 15 months. Peepo fat. So typically, what I hand him is a pretty finished product, but he'll like get creative with like throwing stuff on the front or the back. So he made the last week's intro, and then he made this one. And I got home and I like gave him the episode. I was like, yeah, there's nothing you need to cut. Emily didn't say the F slur, so you're good. And then we found out that she's not racist, which is good. And so he's like, what if next week's episode intro, you just, instead of where it's still the Austin voiceover, we use the same intro, Austin voiceover, but then you just very out of place fill in and say second episode and extra Emily instead of Stavros. And I was like, I'll do you one better. What if I just record really shittily from my phone me doing those things, and then you splice it in there really aggressively and abruptly? And I think that'd be hilarious. And so that's what happened, and it came out great. You're like the producer editor, and he's like the assistant co-editor. Yeah, basically. I would say I'm co-owner, and I'm creative director and producer, because a lot of the initial creative was my brainchild. And then he would be editor, and he also helps a lot with like the creative direction too. Like a lot of it's just like us going back and forth over like the creative direction of the show. And then that's it. And then I also do the publishing, the socials, the community management. I don't know, whatever else. Yeah.
We're doing it.
But yeah, thank you again for the gifted subs. Damn, hype train level 2. Let's go. We're a real streamer. I'm telling you guys. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. I'm telling you guys. Guys. 2024. What if I just became a 1K Andy? What if we just did it? I think it's doable. Then maybe these fucking streamers, maybe these rich fucks, these rich elitists, these rich Hollywood elite streamers will actually fucking respect me, okay? They'll actually respect me. They won't talk down to me like I'm some lowly production assistant. It's like, oh, the March fans in the wild, they exist. 2024, 1K Andy. We're making it happen. What if, oh, God, think about it. It'd be so sick. It'd be so sick. Then we could really stick it to the bourgeois streamers, and I can whom megalol them. Rise up. All right, let's fucking go.
Austin is not here. Will's not here. The Fear End podcast has started. Second episode. Have a wonderful guest with us, Extra Emily.
Hello. Yay. Happy to be here.
Austin has moved the camera.
Moving this way and that way.
Really, you literally ran into the camera.
Oh, he's not even on the screen.
Don't talk to Kaya like that.
We had to start without you because
Kaya like that.
Austin was pooping.
Got to a point where you were pooping right outside the door.
I don't poop. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah. No pooping.
It's so inappropriate, Hassan, that you would talk about my private business like that.
Okay. Well, Extra Emily's in the building, everybody.
Hello, glad to be here.
So happy to have you, Extra Emily.
Streamer extraordinaire.
Yep.
Oh
Dreadful Emo, thank you for the tier 1. Can I just say, for the record, thank you for the tier 1. Damn. Thank you. Can I just say, why is the audio doubling, or Hassan's mic? That's my mic. Sorry, I was just right now off camera changing the noise gate on my mic because my speakers were bleeding into my mic, and so you were hearing the show twice. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, is that not the most fucking fear and fucking intro of your goddamn life? Like, let's run that back. It's the same show.
Pooping.
Ran into the camera.
Oh, he's not even on the screen.
Don't talk to Kaya like that.
we had to start without you because
Kaya like that.
Austin was pooping.
got to a point where you were pooping right outside.
I don't poop. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah. No pooping.
It's so inappropriate, Hassan, that you would talk about my private business like that.
Okay. Well, extra Emily's in the building.
Only watch the
everybody.
camera
Oh,
distance.
glad to be here.
So
right.
happy to have you, Extra Emily.
Streamer
Hey,
extraordinaire.
that was me.
Yep.
That was me. Did you guys see that?
So
right.
happy to have you, Extra Emily.
Streamer.
There I am. There I am. This is me. What about playing Little Bears Bingo, Fioran? Is this recent or is this the old one? I've seen this. How recent is this one? Did you already mention real? Oh, is this? Are we playing together? Are you guys also on this? Am I getting my IP address leaked? Okay, well, this is not gonna work. One of the first things Austin said to me was that you fixed the camera angles for the podcast. I did. Yes, I did do that because I'm him. Already off the bat,
Extraordinaire.
Yep.
this looks way better. Can we just say this was a great episode of Fear and? Oh, thank you. Like, God, this camera angle is so much better, and the warmer lighting, and the removal of all the clutter back here just makes it look less cluttered. It just feels, God, I'm going to pull up it's going to be hard to look at, but I'm going to pull up the last episode.
It works around.
Ah! Also, I cleaned the table up. There's a lot of things I changed. A lot of little things. I'm going to get rid of this little foldable thing back here, this divider thing behind the window, or in front of the window. I'm going to put curtains.
Oh my God, me? No.
Queen
There's-
icon.
Oh my God,
You say
slay.
that literally for every woman that comes
my
on the
God.
podcast.
That's all he's got.
I don't. Don't let him talk about it.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
misogynist,
You
a known
say that
misogynist.
to every woman that comes into the.
Austin, I'm
But I
special,
mean
right?
it for every. No, you're very special.
Oh, thank you.
You're very
Thank
special.
you.
But I think all women are queens and iconic.
Notice
Oh.
how he said no.
Yeah, he said.
first. That was weird, right?
No.
I noticed that.
I think you're iconic queen.
Oh my God. Well,
I would put you up there with Queen Elizabeth.
She's
Is
probably
that
dead.
right?
She's a problem though.
And she's dead.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I kind of missed the big table. Yeah, me too. I've been talking about this. I miss it too. I don't know what to do. Cause like I've said before how small the room is, but I think the table brings a lot to the show. Standing desk in the middle would probably be too cluttered still, I think. And I think it would stop us from having guests. If we did like an L-shaped standing desk situation and then just replace this couch with chairs, essentially recreating the old set but with a new background, can custom make one. Where does one custom make a table? Yeah, that might be what we need to do. But I like the table. I mean, I can get used to this. Like, this is fine, but I definitely enjoy the table. Oh, maybe I put like a little small table between them. Like right between the two, because there's a little table right here for him right here. Put a little table right here between them. And then I don't know what they get. They get fucked. Ask Cutie with her interior design background. I've talked to her about it. We don't know what to do. Probably at a workshop like the blacksmith got you guys streamed at. Yeah. Hassan's desk is custom. True. Japanese sitting tables, like a kotatsu. You want me to put a kotatsu in the middle of the room and just change it to that kind of podcast? Andrew Tate style war room. True. We should just make the Andrew Tate style podcast. You're right. Where's the gun? Yeah, there's no gun. We need to fix that. There needs to be a gun on the table. You're so right. I'll make a
Maybe
note.
not Queen Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Oh, she's also.
She's awful.
Put a gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Her
haircut
political-
is kind of bad.
I mean, why? See,
we don't do politics on this podcast.
Oprah Winfrey.
yeah.
She's good.
Okay, all right.
Except
she's-
she did do the Hawaiian wildfires, is what people were saying.
Also, she's a billionaire.
Yeah, and
that is
billionaires
definitely
are
not me.
bad.
Billionaires are bad unless I was a billionaire.
No,
I'll
it would
happy
still
with
be
that.
bad. Actually, it would be
But-
extra bad.
Taylor
So yeah, as far as this side, I'll probably add some sort of light on this side, yeah, to light up Hassan's left side, or I guess right side.
Swift's a billionaire and she's good.
Is
Right,
Taylor Swift a
right.
billionaire?
I don't think she's billion yet.
She is a
Yeah.
billionaire,
Yet.
apparently.
Yeah, she will.
Regardless
By
of
the end of next year, for sure.
No, not on
whether
90s
she's
Taco
a
Bell
billionaire or
table.
not, Taylor Swift is. I mean, I don't know, on questionable ground. She's done a lot.
The other reason why I want to put a table in there is because I feel like if we need the eventual Hassan Joe Rogan experience podcast to happen, there needs to be a table.
A lot of
Oh
good
my
stuff this
God.
month, and some things that I
What
don't
happens when there are more than four people? We can fit 5 in here. For 6, we'll probably go to the old set.
know how I feel about. And
Well-
and honestly, I've been waiting for this opportunity. Like I've literally
no,
been
Cutie's gonna
sending
be mad.
messages in the group chat.
He has
I
been.
have so much smoke for
Guys,
everybody.
Hassan the other day at like midnight sends a Instagram story of Taylor Swift ravioli. I show it to Ludwig and he's like,
Wow.
Also,
Very
Hassan
cool.
is like Hassan is in his own world in our group chat.
That's
Okay?
true.
He doesn't respond or communicate with anything that we're talking
Yes.
about, and then randomly, selfishly
Swift
sends something
ravioli.
out, and then we don't interact with what he
It's
says
because
usually either.
it's because I'm a fucking content creator,
True.
and I know that like I use the group chat for what we're supposed to be doing,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is content.
Yes.
Which is why I will literally line up exactly what I want to talk about. Sometimes months in advance by sending it
Months in
and
advance.
throwing
what do you
feelers
have
in the
to
group
say
chat.
about the Taylor
This is true. I will be on. Look, I'll give credit where credit is due. Hassan's cooking. He's spitting right now. The other 3, they just fill the podcast. I mean, they just fill the podcast group chat with a bunch of irrelevant stuff. Hassan just throws tweets and clips and content in there and then addresses it on the show, which is what the group chat's supposed to be for.
Swift ravioli.
Wait,
The
there's
Taylor
Taylor
Swift-
Swift ravioli.
Yeah.
The Taylor Swift ravioli thing is just about like Taylor Swift stan culture. I wanted you to get a feel for it.
How does it feel to be the defender or the exclusive defender of Taylor Swift?
I think
I
she has
thought
a
you were the defender.
Oh yeah, that's right. We are the defenders of Taylor Swift and
Oh,
women.
Also, let me address the elephant in the room. Will Neff is not with us.
Yes.
He's no longer with us.
That's
he
right.
has passed away due
Forever.
to, yeah, he's
Self-sucking
dead.
accident.
He is dead.
He did a self
In which he lunged for his own asshole too.
Yeah.
during
Oh.
that process.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
tried to go all the way.
He
That'd be
actually
fun. That
was weird.
successfully self-sucked himself
Oh my god.
and then went to self-eat himself out and then unfortunately perished.
Here we go, dude. Here we go.
Would you
Yeah.
guys do that if you could?
I have done it.
Self-eat myself out.
Yes, yes.
I've self-sucked.
Oh, cool.
You can self-suck.
I have before. I've
What?
talked about this. I have literally had this conversation
You're
with
like
you
6'8".
3 times.
How do
now.
you reach yourself?
I wasn't when I was able to.
Can
And
you can't do
also-
it anymore?
I don't know. I haven't
No,
tried.
you'd probably self-suck and throw your back out.
I haven't tried. But
Well,
for,
I have a question.
excuse me.
He won't self-suck himself, Emily, because
Get
he
used
thinks
to
it's
this.
he won't self-suck him. He won't self-suck himself because he thinks it's gay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
So you
as
did.
someone who has done it, I will tell you this much: it feels like you're sucking a penis more than it feels like you're getting your penis sucked.
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you eat your own? Is that an
Here we go.
appropriate-
No.
All right, time
Like,
for the
if I
fucking
bend
20
down
minutes
there
of
when I do
this.
it-
Yeah.
I don't think so because it doesn't even feel that good.
Okay.
Hey, Marge, sorry if you already addressed this question, but do you also edit the episodes? So I live cut everything. So all the camera swapping, all the camera angles that you see happening, I'm doing it live in the room. So that at the end of the episode, we just get one recording that is already like, I'm also monitoring the audio and like dialing it all in live too. So at the end of the recording, you get just one basically fully edited episode. and then I have an editor who I throw it to like put an intro in front of it and a little outro in front of it, and that's it. But it's like it's pretty much already ready to go off rip.
And
What,
What
like
if it
getting
tastes
eaten out?
bad?
You mean in
yeah,
general?
yeah.
It
Star
doesn't
Wars
feel that
logo.
good.
No,
general?
It's only happened to me
See,
like
The bonus episode was so good. The bonus episode, yeah,
a
I feel
handful.
bad for any non-Patreon subs because Hassan and Austin did speak over extra Emily for an hour straight and let her say 2 sentences. And then in the bonus episode, she was unhinged. She went crazy, which I guess is the point of the bonus episodes. They're supposed to be like the juicier ones, but yeah.
Full of times, and I'm like, I hate this.
It's because oh god, men are so bad. Men are
I'm like,
so bad.
ew,
It's,
can
Excuse
you
me. I've
stop?
gotten rave reviews.
Yeah.
Oh,
do you
I
have
guess
like
it depends.
is there like a place that we could go? There's like a Glassdoor sort of website that we could
I mean,
go
no,
review?
but like
Reviews?
voluntarily, sometimes people bring it up.
Oh, that's true.
Like that one porn star out of nowhere was
Yeah.
just like, "Song's really good."
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Wow.
People are saying it.
People are saying it, folks. They're saying it. Okay.
Wait, what was
Um,
your question, Emily?
Yeah, sorry, Emily.
My question is, when you
That's a sick way of doing it. I always wonder how you were able to put the video out the same day as the audio. The Yard has the day between video and audio. The Yard has a day between video and audio, not because of editing. I mean, I could be wrong because I don't work there, but to my understanding, it's not because of editing limitations. It's because of so a little like inside baseball when it comes to podcasts, and I'm not even 100% sure on like the specifics because I don't like care that much, even though I probably should, is advertisers. So if you notice, we have no ads on our show. Like we have like the YouTube ads, obviously the mid-roll ads that like every YouTube video has, but we don't have like ad breaks. We're not like, hey, use code FEAR for 10% off your HelloFresh meal, Not that there's anything wrong with people that do that. Like, that's totally fine. I mean, that's how you fucking monetize a show. But like, we don't have that. And one thing that advertisers really look at with podcasts in particular, because they're all boomers, is audio platforms like Spotify and iTunes and stuff. They look at those metrics and value those metrics over YouTube. And so the Yard knows this, and a lot of other podcasts know this, which is why they'll prioritize the audio platforms. And so the Yard, in an actually very genius way to encourage audio listens over video listens, is they release their audio version a day early, which I think is very smart. And I'm sure it's helped them a lot with like monetizing their show. Like, I don't know the specifics of their deals or anything like that, but I can only imagine advertisers really like that. And so, whereas I've never given a shit about it, and obviously, like, I mean, Austin was like working behind the scenes to get us to put ads on the show, like ad reads like that, and we had a couple deals come through, offers that come through, but the amount of ads that they wanted versus like the money that they were willing to pay hasn't been enticing enough for us to be like, okay, let's do it. And it's something I've spoken about before, but at the end of the day, I feel like if I'm not that motivated to monetize it beyond the point that it's at right now, then typically the other streamers on the show aren't either. Some more than others, but like obviously Hassan doesn't give a shit about money. Like, he's like obviously anti-capitalist as fuck and is giga rich already because of his own like business and his stream. So like he doesn't give a shit about like min-maxing the money on Fear End. Will is pretty similar. And then like Cutie and Austin are obviously doing very well as well. The only one that like really notices a tangible change to their livelihood in terms of finances from the podcast is me. Because I went from being like just a normal civilian with like a normal job to now making like pretty solid financial security through the podcast, entirely through the Patreon. Like my life is basically entirely crowdfunded. Obviously, I get a check from the work that I do with Ray too, but yeah. So if anybody, like, I'm going to be the one who would be the most motivated to put ads on this show because I'm the one who would see immediate tangible changes in my life if I did. And I'm kind of at a point where like, if we get the right deal with the right people, like whether it be like a product that like makes sense with our show, or somebody that offers a shitload of money and it's not that much work, I'm down to do ads, and so are the other people. Even Hassan said he's down to throw them in there. But that just hasn't happened, and I'm not like proactively looking for it either. So, if it happens, it happens. But for now, yeah, we haven't done ads. And I kind of like that we haven't done ads. I'm not saying it's off the table. Maybe one day we will do like a fucking Factor ad read, and I'll try to keep it fun and cool. But yeah. And then the other thing is like, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, the other thing that I try to be very thoughtful of or conscious of. Also, Maddie, thank you for the gifted sub. Sorry, I missed that. The other thing that I try to be very mindful of as somebody who, one, was a Hasanabi head for like 2 years before I started working with him. So like I'm very like familiar with his community. I am a member of his community. I'm familiar with like, just kind of the messaging that he puts out and like how the community receives it. So all that's to say is like when I was creating this show, reimagining it, I guess, I was like very, very careful to not like make this feel like a sellout, because I feel like it's a lot easier to sell a product to a yard or like an audience like the Yard, or like an audience like an OTV podcaster, because it's just a much more normal audience. Whereas like Fear And's audience is heavily made up of like Hassan's audience, and it's like we can't just like throw ads at them. I feel like they'll be like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Like I feel like it's harder to sell to that audience to begin with, and I know that, and I am a consumer of his content, so like I wouldn't want that either. So I would do it. I'm not saying it's impossible for it to happen, but I would be much more thoughtful about how I do it than just like us clearly selling out and doing like a fucking NordVPN sponsor that was like, or some shit. Not that was a bad example. That might actually be fine, but like I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Like. Sorry, I rambled forever. Podcasts are actually so crazy. My friend is basically the March for a podcast that is actually signed on to cable network, so she does not make good money. Yeah, yeah, I know. That's why they say I'm like one of the highest paid producers. It's true, but it's because I'm also lucky enough to be co-owner and stuff. Dude, an ad read for Will Neff. We should do an ad read for Will Neff Speedy Hot Sauce. That'd be awesome. That would make sense, and none of us would even make money on that. I think that'd just be funny. Have you guys reached out to get Bobby Lee on the pod? He seems to go on everyone's. I haven't, but I think that'd be cool. Marchie ad reads for the Marchie College Fund. Yeah, I would just do the ad reads myself. Dude, that would be cool too. If I did an ad, like in the middle of the show, I just did like an ad read for like a minute and a half, and I just like had fun with it, and then we go back to it. That could be funny. Fear and pays to do an ad on the Yard. That would be awesome as well. I like that idea. So what you're saying is you just chill like that, basically, yeah. I do want to say again, like, I'm not saying it's impossible or that will never be ads, but it's just not something that I'm like actively motivated towards like making happen as soon as possible. And I think it'd be cooler to like be more picky with what ads we did throw in there and have it be like stuff that we actually like or brands that we actually fuck with or whatever, If anybody has any suggestions, like, yeah.
Stand there naked. Do you ever helicopter your dick around in a
Yes,
circle?
always.
Really?
I tried. I have to get a little blood flow before I can.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
we
you
all
go
do.
like, whoo.
It's
I've
a lot
done
of
it
fun to do.
before.
I'm gonna pee real quick.
Well, I'm gay, so I get to sword fight.
Okay.
That's
yes.
God. I can't believe
We
we're
did.
bringing
We've
that up.
talked about it. I'm so sorry.
This
We don't need
is
to
so
talk about that.
overpowered.
We
Being
don't-
gay is so OP in that
Yeah,
regard.
we can sword fight.
Speaking of homosexuality, Austin came in this
Okay.
morning,
Yeah.
okay, wearing the tightest Lululemon pants you've ever fucking seen. Now, of course, he's not wearing them right now because as soon as I saw it, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I thought you said you're never doing this shit again. You always
Yeah.
come to my house and you're like, Hassan, aren't you proud of me?
Yeah.
Look, Hassan, look,
Yeah.
look at my pants.
Yeah.
They're so baggy.
Yeah.
Turns out this time, not baggy at all. Wearing Lululemon pants again. You relapsed.
I
like a
did.
fucking addict.
I only wear tight pants on the airplane.
Ooh.
It's comfortable.
No.
Yeah,
No.
and in case the plane goes down, it's easier to escape. You don't get caught on anything.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you, cutie.
a ridiculous reason to
Thank
wear
you,
tight.
cutie.
You don't even get on planes.
I know, but if I do, I wear tight pants.
She would feel safer if
Really?
she was flying with me.
Anyway,
Oh.
regardless, I
I'll
yell
say
at
it.
him,
I miss tight pants,
and
Austin.
he has brought a friend of his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend.
A friend.
Yes.
And he literally hot swapped his pants. He hot
That's
swapped his
good.
pants.
Oh my
He was
God,
like,
I didn't
give
know
me your
you
pants.
switched
Like,
with
give me your
him.
pants.
My
We need to-
friend is wearing the outfit that I was
Yes.
wearing.
Outside suffering.
Like,
Or, yeah.
just the
Yeah, Austin made his boy, his friend, switched his entire outfit with him before the episode, like moments before, like 2 minutes before, because he got shamed by Hassan. March, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm an artist that teaches stuff like logos, banners, animations. If you're interested in getting artwork done, I can share my work with you on Discord. What do you think? I mean, yeah, if you want to send me a DM on Discord, I'll take a look at it.
the awful skinny pants. But there was one point that really was frustrating to me because you wear those pants, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're slimming down again, like you're wearing Lululemons again.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck? You relapsed."
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't trust me when I said, "Why are you wearing these pants?" You had to get a second opinion from your friend, and you only changed when he said, "You know what? Those pants are a little too slim. I probably would not wear them unless I was in like a gym setting."
Okay, look, in my defense, Hassan's dressed like a fucking park ranger. Okay. I mean, like, you know, like he's fashionable,
Fashionable.
but like there's a lot of things that he does that only he could pull off.
I'm wearing my merchandise. You can go to ideology.shop to get it while it's hot before it sells
It's
out.
union made, folks.
Union made, American
Believe
made.
me. In fact, Hassan's taking this at a loss. He's paying people so well.
I don't think that.
I feel like this is a therapy session
it's like every episode
between
of this
Hassan and I,
podcast.
and we're just talking to you about our problems.
No, I love to hear about it.
Okay. Anyway,
I
sorry.
think you look very fashionable now.
Thank you. I'm
Austin.
wearing Hassan's merch, ideologue.gg.
Ideologue.
Ideology.shop. But it's
all
okay.
right.
So do you wear tight pants to show off the outline?
Is
of
there
your
any
dick?
place for Fear and merch? Yes. I'm working on it. I'm working on it right now actively. I'm working with a couple different people at a couple different timelines. It is something that is happening. I have no timelines yet, but I'm working on it. Marge, I need to know how you feel when a decent part of your job, especially in the primo, has been to pull up porn for these massive streamers.
No,
Yeah.
not really.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't. I like. I've never been somebody that. Never been like. It's never been something that I've worked to
The Fear and merch will not be union made, probably.
show.
Okay. So it's kind of just like
It's not Hassan merch.
feels nice to
Yeah.
wear the tight
Yeah,
pants.
No, it's
Sorry.
more so the outline of his ass.
Ooh, that's also
I-
good.
I-
The
I-
gap.
Hassan's merch
I
will
don't
be,
really-
though.
Ever since
Buy
I
his
started to
merch.
slim down a little bit, I've lost my butt. Unfortunately.
It's not true.
Yeah. I don't. Wait. You've been looking at my butt?
I see your body. I admire. I'm a.
You think so?
I am a.
Yeah.
I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
I am gay as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. I work out. And when
Yeah.
you work out, you're gay as hell.
Yeah.
I will say the Fear and merch will be custom cut and sew and emphasis on specific pieces, low quantity, probably just to start to see if like what the interest is in it, and then just attention to like being fashion forward and cool and wearable as opposed to just like mass produced. And there will be, I'm going to try to make it as little emphasis on margins as possible. I don't see, just like I was talking about with the ads, I don't see Fear and merch as a vehicle to make money for me or the podcast. I mean, I'm sure we'll make some money off of it because that's just how that works. But I'm not gonna try to like min max the prices and like I'm actually fine with doing merch that I want to wear that's cool, that lets our audience own something that's dope and a part of the show and just break even on it.
A man, no matter how little dicks he's sucked,
Mm-hmm.
okay? No matter how little interest he has in other men romantically, a man is gay when he's in the gym.
That's right. That's right. There's
Yeah.
no gayer thing to do.
Yeah.
I appreciate this
Yeah,
song.
and
Every
rubber
time
be
I have
cool?
my shirt
Sure.
off, you look good.
Yeah.
He tells me.
When you walked
look
out
like
of
a
the
hype man.
bathroom,
He tells me. I was.
your abs were so defined.
Really, thank you.
Austin. I was
Thank
like,
you so
wow,
much.
when you're shirtless.
I've been dieting for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
and it's been going well.
He's dieting to go on a cruise. Cutie, you look great.
Yeah,
Yes.
you do.
I'm
look
so
great.
tired. That's
you
so
look-
crazy. I
you
look
look
like I've been hit by a
beautiful.
car.
No,
Oh,
You
you
look
do not.
beautiful. You look natural and beautiful.
I do
Despite
look
your
natural.
socks not matching.
This is the best I could do.
Listen,
the
we
best
need to have
I've
girl
got.
autism representation in
Yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you walked through the door, I said, "Damn, you're sexy." That's what
No,
I
you
thought.
didn't.
That's what I thought. That's my
He's
first
gay.
thought.
You did not
Yeah.
do
So
that.
I don't
said.
take
I was
that.
like, "Wow, she's gonna turn me."
He genuinely doesn't like boobs.
Would that
so
make?
just-
Yeah, I do not like
I
breasts.
don't have any.
Okay, well,
Same.
So
no,
No
you have.
boobies.
I mean, we've talked about this.
talked about it.
Yeah, we've talked
All
about
right.
I
this.
want boobies.
So
Yeah.
speaking of men being weird,
Mm.
okay, around women.
Are you
Yeah,
talking about how
specifically.
Emily got canceled? 'Cause she's racist.
That's exactly what I wanted to pull up.
Oh my
March, can you pull that
Wait, you
tweet
got
up real
canceled?
quick?
Wait, 'cause
Emily
you're
is
racist?
racist. Emily is racist.
So,
Wait, what?
I don't think people said that you were like. I mean, some
Is this-
people inferred it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this on Reddit?
Twitter.
It was on
You know,
Twitter. It went
she's
viral
so
on Twitter.
not racist based on
Yeah.
this clip.
Yeah.
She might
We're-
be racist for
Yeah,
other reasons.
I
I don't know.
before we get into this clip, my reaction when I first saw the clip before reading what people were saying was this is somebody who is clearly like trying to stop advances from a guy or a couple guys, and they're just either not reading the room or intentionally not reading the room and not saying no, and it just like it just like a super uncomfortable scenario. I whatever, just watch.
Oh, I can't claim her thoughts, but not based on this
Damn,
clip.
throwing her ass
Well, I don't know.
entirely
she-
under the bus.
She has to answer
So-
for herself. Emily,
I am not racist.
huge.
Okay, so this tweet from one of these like
Scuba
Twitter. This is like one of those like Twitter clout farm operations. Okay, took a snippet from your.
Also,
from-
I'm sorry that it's in light mode. This is a brand new PC that I bought for this studio for this podcast. I just logged into Twitter on it that day, so I haven't turned dark mode on. I'm sorry.
your stream where
Mhm.
you're just kind of hanging out. Let's take a look at what happens here, and people approach you.
The freaking chicken skin is on it. Ew. Yes, Matt. Oh, I'm not looking right now. Thank you, Mac.
What did
I'm
he
not
say?
looking.
He's like, "You look beautiful. Can I get your number?" And I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not looking."
That's okay. I don't live here or anything.
God
Pause
damn.
for a second. The fucking face that people make when they notice their own camera.
They're like, "Ooh."
I don't know.
Oh
what
my
she-
They're
god,
checking
I
themselves
hate
out.
it. I hate the face that people stagger in and they realize
It's
they're
weird
on camera.
because you're sitting next to Austin, who
I know, and he does
permanently
it all
does
the
that.
time.
He does it literally nonstop. He's doing it right now.
I can't see the camera. I'm looking.
But
I
like
can't
when
see
you're
it.
IRL streaming and you're on your phone and they realize they're in the background, they're like,
Wow. They start smoldering.
I
for no
mean, you
reason.
they start like trying to check how many people are watching. You're like, chill, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So let's continue with the video.
Oh, that is very kind. You don't have to do that. I'm from Texas.
Emily's,
Yeah, that's pretty far away.
Emily's reactions are hilarious, though. She gets like so weirdly animated. She's like, but anybody who knows Emily just knows that's just how she is all the time. But it is crazy because she's crazy.
Thank you.
Warm and welcoming right there.
Oh.
Like a nice black man.
Oh, yeah.
A strong black man.
Austin looks old in this lighting. Please do not ever say that ever anywhere that he can read that.
Yes, I'm eating all the Lunchables right now.
I
And,
want to be my girlfriend on that.
Dude, okay, this is so fun. Like, she's told him like 3 times at this point, like, no thanks, no. And he's just like hovering so close. It's just like, and people are trying to be like, oh, she's racist for this, or because it's a black dude, like, this is why she's acting like she's scared of black people. It's like, no, dude, she's a fucking small girl alone in public. Like, what the fuck? And she's told this dude, like, I'm good, like 3 times.
there could be great people in chat,
like, fuck.
right?
He's looking at the chat.
That's them.
Oh, shit.
Thank
Oh.
you. Yeah, they're talking away. Bye.
I legit think he only like kind of backed off because he realized that it was live and there was just a fast moving chat and he was being recorded. That's not to say that anything would have happened if that wasn't the case, but I think that definitely was like, he was like, oh, maybe I should behave a little more.
Is the motherfucking Mac pimping.
Gotta drop the
I'm
cash
sorry.
app.
At what point in that situation, as a viewer, would you be like, "Oh, I'm gonna pay this man"?
I
now?
wonder if people have.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, payment proceeded.
I just can't help but think if that was a white man, you would have accepted it.
Okay. All jokes aside. Okay.
Am I gonna get canceled for that?
Of course not.
No. You're
The Cash App was wild. The Cash App was actually a little bit longer, I think, but when I realized that he was starting to read the Cash App, I just changed the video. That was my bad. I should have changed that faster.
People immediately tried to be like, "Oh, this is like racist or whatever," and I'm sure there are certain instances where like an interaction such as that one could be racist, right, or could be perceived as racist, but like you were very kind in trying to tell this random stranger that walked up to you with his friend, who then came from the other side, which is like an incredibly threatening situation at that point, not because they're black, but because they're two dudes who are swarming you.
Yeah.
Like, and it's odd because like I saw a bunch of black women.
My
as a matter of-
my social anxiety could never approach someone in public, especially in such a slimy way. Same. I'm like, I can talk to strangers, but I am so like overly cautious about not burdening someone else or imposing on someone else's space or making sure people feel comfortable. Sometimes I'll be, and guys, sound off if you can relate, but sometimes I'll be in like an elevator or like like a hallway that's completely empty that leads somewhere. It's kind of like sectioned off. I'll be in like a very like private space that's a public space still, and I will be there just coincidentally crossing paths with a young woman or a woman of any sort, and in my mind, I'll be like, I feel so bad because I hope that I'm not like freaking her out just by existing right now, because I don't want to like make them feel uncomfortable at all. And so like there's been times I'll be walking right behind a woman in the same direction and it's just us two, and so like I'll intentionally just like slow down a little bit, just to like give them some more space, like stuff like that, just because, not because I'm like actually doing anything threatening or think I'm doing anything threatening, just the thought that maybe there's a 1% chance that they could be feeling a little bit threatened. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Like, and it's odd because like I saw a bunch of black women, as a matter of fact, on Twitter who looked at
Kaya
that
just hits the
situation.
camera.
Oh, fucking Kaya.
Kaya
That's
just plopped down
classic.
under the camera.
Classic. I mean, you're gonna have to work around that. I don't know.
She literally plopped down at the foot of the camera and just laid down. Just moved the camera and then laid down. I'm just okay, so now we're readjusting the camera angle.
Plopped right on the camera. She
The
did.
tripod.
But yeah, I saw tweets from friends of mine and black women as well who were like, this has nothing to do with them being black men, and has everything to do with them being men approaching a random stranger, like a random girl, in a mall, and just like kind of.
I also
pestering
agree
them.
with
What cameras do you guys use? In the old studio, we used these like BGH1 Lumix cubes that I didn't really like, and here I bought A7S3s for all of them.
with Gina's tweet so much. Everyone's always like, God, ladies just need to say no.
Yeah.
Like, how many times did she say no?
Yeah.
Also, imagine if she would have just been like, no, I don't.
This is me, producer brain, by the way, because Hassan was like, March, pull that shit up. And there's no document, there's no fear and document. I didn't know he was going to ask me to pull that up or anything. I just saw this on my own timeline earlier in the week because I scroll Twitter and I have brain rot also. And so Hassan was like, March, pull that shit up. So then I'm just like, but I remember reading my friend Gina's quote tweet of it, which is an opinion or a take on it that I really agreed with. So I was like, one, I know exactly where to find the fucking clip because I know Gina retweeted it. And two, I'll just pull that clip up to give them something to talk off of further.
Everyone's
so,
always like,
pulled it up quickly.
God, ladies just need to say no.
Had this one ready.
Like, How many times did she say no?
Yeah.
Also,
Producer
imagine
brain.
if she would have just been like, no, I don't think you are attractive, or I don't want to date you, or no, I am unavailable. Like if she would have been so blunt and been like, no fucking
what's
way,
wrong with her?
bozo.
Yeah, what's wrong with her? Why is she being such a bitch?
Then
Now,
exactly.
there's also obviously the physical element as well, because like obviously some men don't handle rejection well, so that's something that like I assume women have on the top of their minds
we
every
get
time they engage
afraid.
in this kind of thing. But like overall, here is best practices. I'm not someone who's gonna say like, oh, Zoomers nowadays are so fucking afraid of just like talking to one another in public. I'm sure that there's an element of that as well for many people, but it's okay to interact with one another in public. It's just that it's a tricky situation, and as soon as you feel like the other person is not receptive to your presence,
Has there been an instance where you can't find a clip or story they weren't talking about? Sometimes, yeah.
it is on you to go, oh shit, okay, I get it. Have a great day. It was nice to meet you. Like him coming up to you, in my opinion, is not wrong. Him coming up to you and being like, hey, what's up? You're really pretty. What's your name? Something like that. That's fine, right? Maybe it's a little assertive. It's okay. But like as soon as you're like, oh hi, I'm not looking for anything right now, then like, oh okay, have a great day.
I'm just
Like-
wondering if he kept on going because he couldn't read cues or because he wanted content. Because like
yeah, I can't tell if he was content brained. That's what when we
Yeah.
first
Was
watched
he
it
filming
together.
it too?
no,
Okay.
okay, so I actually like talked to him and the friend like 5 minutes prior for like a stream
she
challenge.
ooh-wooed at them.
Yeah, I did an ooh
Oh.
at them, which is like the cringiest thing you
Would
can
you
ever
would you
do
go
to someone.
ooh
Yeah, you do like you.
No,
you,
do it. Do it better.
Ooh.
ooh ooh?
Put
Oh,
some
God.
fucking put some dick in it, Austin.
Put some dick in it?
Yeah.
Ooh
No, like give it your all.
ooh. Ooh ooh.
Oh,
There we go. That
Is that
would
good?
not.
Did I do it? Ooh ooh.
the fact that
Oh god, Auntie Piker's gonna make that a meme on Twitter.
Oh my God, I love
Oh,
it.
no.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
every time
God.
Austin says that, oh god,
Oh, I hate
anti-Piker,
it.
please don't
I
make
sure
me
hate
again.
Well, I
if
think they get
that
from softball.
happens.
No, but the fact that I oohed to them like 5 minutes prior and they're like, wow, like she's the
Do you
one.
typically listen to the conversations that end during the podcast, or are you more focused on other things? I'm watching the podcast like this, actually. So every time I watch with you guys, I'm watching it a second time, sometimes a third time. But basically, the way it works is I have my back turned to them in the current setup, but I'm like 2 feet away from them. So obviously, and I have headphones on, so I can hear everything they're saying. But I'm looking at a screen that is the camera angles, and I'm changing the camera angles. So I'm honestly watching the podcast through a monitor more than I'm watching it in person. But sometimes I'll turn around and just watch in person. And yeah, I'm just watching it that way. And so I'm actively listening. Yeah, for sure. I can't really be focused. This is the one thing I need to be focused on the most because I need to focus on their conversation and the flow of it. Focusing on the conversation and the flow of the conversation is important too because it helps me know if I will need to anticipate switching the camera to something. So if somebody is saying something at somebody very intentionally, I can expect that by the time they end their sentence, somebody else is going to pick up on that immediately, like you would in a normal conversation. So I can switch to it like pretty quickly and get the right angles. So yeah, if anything, I'm completely focused on the podcast.
Like, I want to talk to her. They came back, but my ooh is literally the cringiest thing ever. So
It's
I
probably
guess
you're
it's
right. Then.
Riz.
It probably there's a plot twist a little bit. It
I think he
probably
was
is a content play.
content
Yeah.
pills.
Okay, yeah, he might
Like
just.
he tried to like
going.
rizz you up.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
content.
I get you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the only
Well,
thing
maybe
that,
you are racist then.
Yeah, I take back everything I said. Sorry to that guy. I'm donating to his Cash App as we
Matt
speak.
Pimpin. The only thing that I was uncomfortable with is I didn't want him to linger around for way too long.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
never know.
how
People
to,
do that all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how to like navigate that. I just had to
Yeah.
be like, because I'm
That's
so
just live streaming etiquette.
non-confrontational. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate conflict or anything, so I can't be like, can you leave? Like, I would just have to leave. So, but
Yeah.
thankfully they left. So I was like, okay, then
So
it's all
that's
fine.
actually something I want to talk to you about because like a lot of people are saying you're the GOAT of IRL
Oh
streaming. For those of you who don't know at home, that IRL streaming is in real life streaming.
That's right.
I mean, this is a podcast.
The reason he said, I mean, this is a podcast. The reason he gets cut off right here, he stops himself halfway through explaining because I laughed at the way he said that.
That IRL streaming is in real life streaming.
And then I laughed because that sounded such a ridiculous way to describe that. And then he reacts with,
That's
where,
right.
I mean, this is a podcast,
Right.
so like we do have an
Yeah,
audience
we
that's
do.
like completely oblivious.
For those that
the
also
Twitch
want to know,
stuff.
GOAT means greatest of all time.
Okay, well, they're not that old, right?
Okay.
Except for
We-
your.
we do have some
except for your
elderly-
esthetician.
Oh yeah, I have a shout out to my esthetician.
Bacon Big is one of the goats.
She is 72 years old. She's gorgeous. She's wonderful. She's beautiful. She's natural. She makes me look pretty. Shout out to my. I've been trying to do that for months.
He's the
Okay.
goat.
She watches every episode.
Well,
Oh.
It's
regardless.
crazy. You've brought up dicks 1,000 times, but you couldn't just shout out your esthetician.
I'm sorry. I'm
Uh-oh.
so sorry.
Uh-oh, she's circling
Continue.
around.
Sorry, Hassan.
All right, this is like a
Kaya.
fun little thing. Kaya,
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 out of the podcast.
get down.
Hey, Kaya, sit.
No,
She's
she's not
not
gonna
Don't
sit.
talk to her
Get
like
down.
that.
She knows all the tricks.
I
Kaya,
love her. Come here, baby. Sit
down.
by me.
Sit down. Okay,
Down.
good girl.
Oh,
There you
you're
go.
such
So
a good
cute.
lion.
Down.
You can sit on the chair next to
Good
me.
girl.
There you go.
Good girl. And don't put your head up for a minute.
Okay, so, what I was gonna.
Jesus.
So yeah, IRL streaming is when you. I mean, we're actually gonna do it. By the time this podcast comes out, you'll probably
Oh,
have seen
shit.
it.
Sorry.
But we're gonna go
Oh,
to
shit.
a.
Sorry. Shit. Sorry.
Don't worry, I like it.
We're gonna go to a pole dancing instructor's studio, and we're gonna do stripper pole dancing.
So-
Yes, we did do that. By the way, did anybody catch that stream?
Really want to do it.
Which is apparently
Why aren't you going?
like a workout.
I'm busy today. I'm going to the
Oh,
Abbey.
why aren't you going?
I'm going to the Abbey.
Get lit.
That was a great. Thank you for asking him that question.
I'm going to.
Do you think it would be worthwhile to have a light up sign off camera to let hosts know if they aren't letting the guests speak that much? Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
The Abbey
Dead
today.
to me.
I'm not. Look, Hassan tells me these things like 12 hours before.
March to Australia. Look, I want it to happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're gonna go to Australia in like January or February. We're gonna do a podcast with I Did a Thing and Boy and the Cold Ones boys, and it's gonna be content. Okay, I'm there. I'm gonna do it.
they
That's
happen.
not even true.
As
I
if I'm not a
literally
very
have been,
busy man.
I've talked about the IRL
I
streaming.
really want to do the
I
pole
talked about the
dancing
IRL
thing.
streaming for
That'll
like
be
5
fun.
days. now.
I've got a friend with me. What am I supposed to do?
Okay, well, 5 days ago, you knew that the IRL streaming was going to happen. And
But he was
can
with me
come
5
as-
days
I'll let you
and
know,
he
Miss
can come
Dean.
as well. But, you know, it's
I'm
fine.
planning a concert.
Yeah, you
True.
have a good
I have a good
excuse.
They're in Australia.
Will's dead to me.
Cutie and I are planning the concert.
Cutie is a good excuse.
Sounds like one of-
Will is
one too
kind of
many
dead to me,
contents.
but like,
Ew.
I mean, he kind of has an
Cassidy,
excuse.
how you
You
doing?
were the most dead.
What? I'm the
You're
most
so
dead.
dead.
I'm
No
the
one has ever
most-
been as dead.
No. My
In the
God.
future?
How can I redeem myself?
Well,
I got an idea. I'll commentate with you during the debates during the elections.
oh wow,
Ooh,
wonderful.
that's-
Yeah, that is if you get an invite.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Exactly.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know who's not dead to me?
Can we get a picture of Hassan holding a koala for the Patreon? We go, yeah, absolutely. Don't come in January. Sydney's too fucking hot and more human than LA. It's gonna be January, I think. I think that's the plan. So fuck. What do you call the podcast set aesthetic? I feel like it's missing a fish tank on the side, maybe even like a fake fish tank just for the set. On the side where, dog? There's no space. This is like this is giving like early 2000s, late 90s fucking I got no pussy in high school, but now I'm rich vibes.
Emily.
Wow,
thanks, Hassan.
that's so.
Um,
That's crazy.
We're
Wow,
going pole dancing.
Yeah,
so
we're
rich
pole
you to
dance.
platform a racist.
yeah, exactly. She's gonna be anti-racist by the end of it.
Yep.
Wait,
But anyway, what I was trying to say is, so your style is very unique because you're very happy, you're very ADHD,
Mhm.
and you are
shameless.
like a
Yes,
tiny
I'll do
woman that will literally put herself in like horrifying
Avant
circumstances for
garde.
the most part.
Dude,
How the
she's a
fuck do you do that?
psychopath.
Oh no, I just like my motto. Drake said it best. Literally YOLO. You know. So that's like how I live my. I just like to do whatever, especially for content.
Yeah,
I'm very very content.
No one has
filled.
ever said that.
You're
before.
so-
like YOLO, right?
but you really are though.
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
You're so free spirited.
Yeah.
You're so friendly. You're so open.
I just want to experience like a bunch of different things, so I always like put myself into dangerous situations. I'll be like, oh, this is a
I
nice
feel like we
experience.
should send you to like a really dangerous place.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Like war coverage.
Korea.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Korea.
Sri
Yeah,
Lanka.
North Korea.
The border of North
We should,
Korea.
yeah, we should like a field reporter.
Yeah. I'd
Like
be like,
nobody's
hey
gonna.
guys.
You're too nice. Nobody's gonna hurt you, right?
Yeah,
Put on
I-
a press vest and you'll be good, right?
Yeah. Just send her to Gaza.
Yeah.
So
I want to know what Emily off stream probably to say. As somebody who's hung out with her on several occasions off stream, she's exactly the same. It's not an act.
I don't know. Like, do you never get afraid? Like, how does that work?
So the way that I think of it when I interact with strangers, so a lot of my IRL is just like random places, right? I'm like, I will never see the stranger again, so I'm just gonna do whatever.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of like my fuck it mentality that I have at streaming. But then when I'm off stream, I'm just like a normal human being.
Yeah, you have
That's
to-
not
That's
true.
not true.
You don't think so?
I can confirm that is a falsehood.
I'm not normal.
She's just as weird off stream.
Facts.
Yay.
The most dangerous thing Emily's ever done to give audience that doesn't watch streaming
To the people, somebody was saying like, "Yo, something was wrong with Cutie's mic. Like Cutie's mic was a little off." Look how she's speaking into it. For context, it's the same mic I have. You have to speak into this part right here, or else it won't pick you up as much. You have to speak into the top part right here. So I'm sorry. And then it's like I'm always like, do I interrupt the show to tell her to talk into the mic more, or do I like? And it's not just Cutie. I mean, like other people do it too. But like somebody mentioned that, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
She did a running stream.
Oh,
The dumbest shit you've ever done.
oh, I didn't think it was that dumb,
Oh
right?
my god.
Thank you for the Prime.
What did
Pink
she
Flash.
do?
She
What
did
is
like
the running?
every sub added
Point 1 mile to
0.1 miles, so she had to keep running.
insane.
That's not the
So
crazy
smart.
part. The
Need a
crazy
sign
part
you
is she
can
had a
tap.
map in the corner tracking where she was to her live audience of like 10,000.
Yeah,
The pros
and
and
it
cons
was
of
like
no
dark
headphones,
at
true.
night at 8 p.m.
Did you
Yeah,
have
that's what I
security?
meant. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I
Did
have
you have
seen
security?
clips of
No,
that.
She did
I
not
was
have
alone.
First time tuning in the
security.
stream. Hi,
But-
Minnie.
but-
Did you make it?
Yeah, no one came up to me.
No, she's dead.
Everyone was nice, and like,
I mean, I don't know.
yeah, I guess I didn't think about that part, but I
So crazy.
I thought it'd be
You
cool
didn't
to
think
see
about
where
your
I
own
am.
like security, like your bodily security at
no,
all?
like I feel like for IRL streaming, I will never get a security guard because I feel like that kind of ruins the.
I agree with
the
that
content.
100%.
What if they're out
Right.
of the? What if they don't see him?
Then it just feels weird still because I want if something
Really?
happens, that's just what happens, baby. That's just
No,
that's
I
just
100% agree with her. That's like part of the reason why I have, I guess, like done less IRL streams in general. But
Yeah.
like that was my motto as well, which is like just, I guess not YOLO, but
Yeah.
but I do think that like what makes IRL streaming great is like unique interaction
Always with the phone, dude. Always with the phone.
that can only happen. And it's better if the camera is not abrasive.
SM7 makes custom mic colors. They might collab with Firan. That'd be cool. I'd be down. Ooh, like some red like some dark red maroon mics, like some Firan colored mics.
And it's not like in your face, and you're just kind of having a normal interaction
Someone
with
put me in
someone, as
touch.
normal as that can be. And that is what makes IRL streaming great, not like pre-planned productions or whatever,
I think
which is not an IRL stream. It's a different thing. I mean, that's great in a
I have
different
12
way.
security guards tonight, and I'm excited about
No,
it.
no, no, no. In a pre-planned production,
Oh, I
an
need-
I need
event,
one.
like I'm very
What
happy
do you
that
mean
have
you
security
need
guards.
one?
somebody DM me at about the concert. Like, would you go on a date with me after the concert? And I was
And Austin was like, yes.
I will.
Show hold.
no, I do
What
not.
do you mean?
No, people send me their holes willingly. I do not ask
Yeah.
for
You
holes.
just have to essentially wear your.
Get them to
seated
hand their phones
tonight.
at the
If you
start,
raise
they'd
your
kill me.
hand, the
They'd
security
execute
guard will
me.
come- then you can get escorted to the bathroom or to the
Well,
green
that's
room or
nice.
whatever.
Really? So we have to share a bathroom with everybody,
No, guys.
which I love to do.
well, no,
I
no,
would
no.
love to
This
do
is
that.
what
I
happened.
think that, I thought that
I
was
mean,
a
that's
beautiful
what
thing.
Ludwig did. Ludwig literally for his
Oh.
fucking dodgeball event, which we
Speaking
got to
of-
talk about.
Yeah, speaking of which, the
Oh.
dodgeball event.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But I was at the dodgeball event. We were at this. There's one restroom on our side. There's a men and a women's, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's one restroom on our side where the players are, and then the other restroom is where like kind of the fans.
Like, I feel like some
go
fans
to.
saw my dick.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain.
Okay,
Just
so
whipped out.
He was just like shaking.
wait, like somebody what because
He
your
was
dick
just like,
was so
"Oh,
big.
I wouldn't use that one. And I was just like, I have to go play dodgeball, man. Like,
Wait, did you bully him? What did you do?
Why was he so
no, I
nervous?
was
Did
just
he pull up
peeing
to
in
the urinal and said,
fucking
"Nice"?
pisser, dog. What do you mean?
Oh, he saw your dick and got nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know. The interaction was weird though, because it's like it's a fan and he's there. It's not even like a fan randomly seeing you at the airport, which happens, right? It's like a fan there to see you
Yeah. But
perform.
By the way, is this monetizable on YouTube? Yeah, we get ads on YouTube money.
You're going to the bathroom.
Ah.
And then you're going to the bathroom
In
and
an
he's like, "That's
intimate
your
location.
dick."
Oh my
Like, What's
God.
up? I just saw it. That's cool.
Did he go like, wow, that matches?
He didn't. He was just like kind of
Imagine he
nervous.
said-
As a cutie mod, I have the impossible request. Could you teach her how to talk into a mic correctly?
that. Imagine.
I'll try.
If I saw your dick, I'd be like,
Nice.
oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if you had like a little dick, I'd be like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Doesn't match.
Don't say yes to that, Emily.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just,
Austin's cooking.
I'd be like, wow, that
Don't
matches.
say Austin's
That
cooking.
matches.
making
So
sense.
anyway, so I go to the bathroom
Yeah.
and I use the women's bathroom.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
I feel like everyone did.
Yeah,
right?
so I use the women's bathroom, and the guy
Wow.
cleaning it, he's on the phone, first of all. He stops his phone conversation to say, hey, man, you can't use this bathroom.
And it's a dude cleaning it?
Yeah, it's a dude
Inside,
cleaning it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, you can't use this bathroom. And I'm like, oh, hold on, let me go get my pee back because I just did. You know what I mean?
I already
And
used
he's
it.
like, well, you can't do it. And I'm like, well, and then Ray came in and she's like, no, he can.
Ooh.
He's gay.
Well, also,
What?
That's what he
Oh,
said.
that's
Yeah.
not-
Meetings, that's
Ray
fine.
didn't say
Thank
that,
you.
but I
Very
said that.
kind.
I was like, I'm gay. I can use the women's bathroom.
You stand right.
It's a known rule that if you are gay, you can use the women's bathroom.
not-
This is like, this is
Is that true?
becoming more-
Women in the chat, sound off. Is that true? Women and NBs in the chat that primarily use women's restrooms, sound off. Is that facts? I don't mind. Yes, sometimes he just wants to use a clean bathroom. That's fair. I've used a women's bathroom before. Many times. Not many times, but a few times. If I'm drunk, okay, and I gotta go, and there's a men's bathroom and a women's bathroom, and there's somebody in the men's bathroom, sometimes if I know that there's like an 80% chance there's no one in the women's bathroom, I go. And then I hide in the stall, and then I pee, and then I hear someone walk in, and it's a woman, and then I freeze, and I'm like, oh no. And then I freeze, and then I wait until they go into a stall, and then I sneak out like I'm fucking Solid Snake.
Political by the second.
No,
this
it
show.
is.
Okay.
It is. The women's restroom is reserved for women, those that identify as women, and
Austin's
gay men.
always cooking. What is this?
He is a little femme.
Yeah, not my, I'm really cooking in here. I'm thinking we could ruin the.
So,
yes.
essentially,
Do we agree with that?
no.
Discourse. Do we agree with that? Gay men should be allowed to use the women's restroom.
I don't care.
I
okay.
think only Austin show can do that.
Thank you.
Yes,
Okay, and I
they're
don't just
special.
walk into women's restrooms
Yeah.
everywhere, but like gay bars. Evidently, this dodgeball tournament. Anyway,
How many times have people you work with been like, you should stream? Sometimes. I feel like people that I work with that aren't streamers tell me that I should. People that are streamers have said it to me, but I feel like it's a lot less common. Just because I think first of all, I've streamed for like 7 years, but not seriously in a long time. But yeah, I think I should.
sorry.
That's all that
Tina,
matters.
go ahead.
I got fucked on my venue this year for Christmas concert because when I first started doing events, it was right after COVID. No one was booking shit. I was able to get any
Cheap.
venue I wanted. Like the day before, it was great.
Yep.
Now I got fucked. There was no venues available for the Christmas concert. I was booking back in October.
Yep.
Damn.
The venue I wanted is booked out until July.
Yep.
I think I might replace the iMac in the back. Thoughts? Might get rid of it. And put something else there. Thoughts?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's
I-
like actually bad. Yeah.
I tried to book that
Wait,
venue
not
too.
a single weekend is free?
No,
Wow, that's
And
What about
so-
weekdays?
probably.
Thursdays?
Yeah.
It's
With the
weird
feast
because
day.
like
Yeah.
during the holidays, famously Los
What would you
Angeles
replace
is
it with? I
like
don't know.
kind of empty normally, which
Yeah,
is why
I don't
like you would
know.
expect it
Maybe
to
a
be
normal box TV? No, Steak and Eggs did it first. Maybe a neon for your hand sign? That could be cool.
easier, but I guess not.
So you booked it and
So I booked it. It's
Yeah.
shit
uh-huh.
Wait, you
Why are
went?
you saying we're about to go there?
Wait, why is it bad?
because I'm trying to prep you.
Oh, wait, what does it look like?
It's just not made for
You can't tell
what-
it's a color iMac? Oh my god, I guess you can't. I guess it just looks like a fucking shitty TV. Okay, I'll replace it. The CRT would be nice, but Steak and Eggs already did it, so I don't want people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is budget Steak and Eggs," you know, like that. And then just like I put this thing up, and they're like, "Oh, it's budget Trash Taste," even though I didn't even know Trash Taste did this with their thing. So now I gotta change that too.
what we need. It's made for
Uh-oh.
movies.
Okay.
I
It's a
mean,
movie theater.
It's okay.
I don't have a green room.
That's
I
okay.
had
That's
to
okay.
turn. I have 2 bathrooms. I turned one into a gender neutral bathroom for guests, and then our green room, is half green room.
Maybe a globe with pins/flags for guests. I was thinking maybe nothing. Maybe something that changes every week. That could be fun. Switch stuff out. Change it. 1 week it's a figure. 1 week it's a plant. 1 week it's a piece of memorabilia for something. What if we put you know those boom. Nobody's got this yet, do they? How do I get one of these? Explain.
Half toilet stalls that
Wait,
are also
really?
gender neutral.
That's awesome.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I think
pee
it's
That's a
and
great.
good
talk.
attitude
I
that
think
you'll
that's great.
complain
I'm
about
just
later.
so
though.
happy to be. Yeah.
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 I'll bitch about it
Austin will
later.
be like, I was doing my makeup and someone was shitting next to me.
My
I don't
expectations
do
are
my- I don't-
always
I don't do
low.
makeup.
So I don't
Your
know.
expectations are always low.
I don't really care.
That's
I-
the hard thing about like streamer
What
events
about-
is like
Please don't be porn. Please don't be porn. Please don't be porn. Okay. I don't know what that is.
we don't have like we're not Hollywood. We're not used to
Yeah.
this shit. We don't
Yeah.
know what we're doing.
yeah. I
Also,
just
like-
don't want to be killed.
That's why we're so
like-
down to earth.
You won't be killed.
So that was
That's
better than
it.
last
Like,
time.
as
Yeah,
long
because
as
I
I
got
don't
rid of the
get
fucking
There's lots of
clothing up
security.
here.
Fine. That's great.
Thank you, Mad, for books for the tier 1. Love it. Floating shellfish tank. Yeah, we could do. I don't know. I'm gonna get rid of the Mac. Put something else there. Maybe switch
Right.
it up every week.
And if you do get killed, it'll be impressive. What?
I'll be
Also, it's a surface for them to eat food on if we want them to, because they'll probably want to.
able to remember the experience better if it's so unique, you know?
Yeah,
so it's a
true.
good thing.
So if
So-
Hassan gets murdered, you'll remember.
Yeah.
him?
Yeah, I'll be like,
That
wow,
would be
Hassan
very
got
memorable.
murdered.
It
I
would
did
be
purposely
surely
think to
unforgettable.
myself, I don't want to sit next to Son in case someone shoots him.
The Trigon poster in the back's a nice touch. I agree. Thank you. That was a Will Neff special request.
Do you think about that?
8-bit LED picture frame. Not sure if that exists.
God,
What?
That's
No.
crazy
No,
that that's
A
a
giant
mental
joking.
Z-bomb.
calculation
That's-
that you have. Okay, that's good to know.
I would
God
never.
damn! Now you're gonna put that fear in my head. We're both like anxious people, so I think that's.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm a very
you
anxious
seem so
person.
level.
You're not seated by him.
all the time.
I'm not seated
You
by
don't
him.
have enough clout.
I have an assigned seat.
Oh,
I don't have
damn.
enough cloud. Excuse
I'm joking.
you.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
The crowd's
Would
gonna
you
go
put-
wild when I sing tonight.
You
Yeah.
are not seated by him, but it's not because
I
you
don't know the
have enough clout.
words to my second song.
Just
I
make it
don't
up.
know anything that I'm doing. I haven't even looked at anything.
Emily does. She has a whole dance.
Yes,
I didn't even
and a
say-
rap.
You're
I
an
didn't-
amazing performer.
I didn't even
Oh,
verbally
stop.
confirm with Cutie until like I said on live. I was like, yeah, sure, of course I'll do it. Cutie
That's enough
knows.
of a yes.
Yeah, I
for
just
me.
put him in the video, and I'm like, he'll get enough social pressure.
A VHS playing the logo. Yeah, again, I did think about that, but the CRT is being done by Steak and Eggs already. I don't want to fucking fuck their shit up.
I've started just scheduling Hassan to do shit, and he doesn't even
No,
know.
you. That's
I've got an
inappropriate.
annual.
when
I've
you
got
do
an
it.
annual schedule for Hassan, and
It's
I just
inappropriate
blitz
when
him
you
the day
do
of.
it. When Cutie does it, it's
I just
fine.
gaslight him.
Yeah,
I was like,
my
no, you
stuff
said
is-
yes to this. He's
My
like, "Oh,
stuff
what?"
is fun.
Yes.
The Taco Bell quarter thing is $1,000, bro. Why?
Oh, my-
Excuse you, my stuff is very fun. A lot of people had fun at Name Your
I don't know
Price,
about
so
that
much so
for-
you made a vlog of it.
I did.
Oh,
Did
I
you
don't know
watch
about
it?
that for either.
I watched the parts that I was in.
3,000
to
on
see
eBay,
if you looked
dude.
good. Not even like with the audio on mute.
Oh, I need to upload the whole Q&A to the
So-
Patreon.
Yeah,
I
you
have.
To be fair, nobody owns that aesthetic. I mean, I completely agree, but I think that podcast is close enough in our audience, like sphere, that it. I'm not saying we can't do it, but I prefer not to.
that. I have the entire
Yeah,
Q&A.
yeah, it was great.
I'll send it.
Yeah, it was great.
Let's talk dodgeball.
A VHS sphere end logo bouncing off the sides until it hits the corner would be awesome. This is the coin drop. Bro, it's $2,500. Get me out, please. There's no way. Authentic Taco Bell colorful countertop. Dude, I'll buy it. And they're going to be like, I know Will will love it. Hassan probably won't know what it is because he was 18 when he came to the States. Austin probably won't know what it is. Cutie might know what it was. Actually, only Will would know what it is, and me. And they're going to be like, how much was this? And I'll be like,
League's dodgeball.
Are all of us were involved in it, and we all lost
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
to-
hard.
to varying degrees of
have you ever
humiliation.
won
Dude,
using
Will-
one? No, I don't think so.
Nev.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait, yeah, Kick was just too good.
I'm gonna hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
were-
we
they
kicked
were
him
way
off this
too-
podcast.
Excited for the Q&A
Yeah,
on
that's why Will's not
Patreon.
here.
What?
We kicked him
Will.
out.
He's too
He's
much
done.
of an athlete.
Yeah.
He's insane. He's
I-
also very competitive.
I've never. I get very competitive too, but I've never
Same.
played dodgeball other than the one other time on G4. That was the last time I.
Oh yeah,
ever-
G4.
That's the
we-
first and
we
last
put
time.
Hassan on like 100 day on black asphalt.
Oh, that was awful. It
God.
was so
we
hot.
did better. I feel like me and Will did better on that one than we did in others though.
It was rough, but
Yo,
I-
March, is the assets for fan art for podcasts is in the logo somewhere I could rip? I could make the bouncing logo thing. I can give it to you. How would that work? How would you do that? It would just be like a long loop, but then wouldn't that spoil it? Wouldn't I know that it would hit it eventually? But I can definitely send that to you. Give me a sec. Or can you just DM me on Discord?
yeah, our team wasn't so
can
great.
send you
I
the-
thought I was a competitive
PNG
person,
of
and then
the
I saw
logo.
Will go crazy, and all of Team Kick. I'm like, okay, I'm not. I
Also, I do want to say on that note, that reminds me. So this little thing here, this little wooden thing right here, is actually something that a fan made and tweeted or maybe posted on Discord. I forgot. And then I got in touch and I was like, "Yo, that's sick." And then he was like, "Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And now it's something that I use. I don't know if it'll always be on the table. I think it looks nice on the table for now, but maybe we'll put it in the background for now. But I feel like I want to slowly incorporate more fan stuff in any capacity that I can in the background so that it's kind of like a nod to Hassan's old set, since the back of Hassan's old set is mostly like fan mailed in stuff too. And then we can kind of continue that, but with more Fear and specific stuff, since the stuff for his stream room is stuff for Hassan in particular.
don't care enough.
That's some good ass word
I like
working.
barely
yeah,
threw
for
the
real.
ball, and then like I tried
And it
to
showed,
cat-
Emily.
Oh,
It showed.
I knew that was
I was
coming.
trying my best. You know, I was
Don't
kind of like
lie
the
now.
cheerleader. Oh, yeah, maybe.
If you made a logo bouncing thing, I would genuinely consider a way to incorporate it somehow into the set.
Better than me.
Oh, it was just hard.
I was using Cutie as a body shield
yeah,
at one
that's
point.
my best use.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a
I
DVD
saw
logo
that.
website
Yeah,
bouncing
I was
thing
using
where
yours.
it
I mean,
bounces in the
yeah.
corner
You look good,
sometime.
though. You look
Thank
good
you.
out there.
That'd be
That's
sick.
Thank you. That's all that
important.
really
The
matters.
Yeah,
beanie
I
was
know. I
cute,
know you care
cutie.
about that.
The orange
Huh.
beanie was
Yeah,
like,
Thank
you look
you.
great out there. I was just thinking like the whole game. I was like, wow, she's so sexy.
I was definitely a little bit frustrated with
happening?
how.
our team.
No, I mean, I just was frustrated
Talk
with
your
the
shit. Talk your
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
about
I was
it.
frustrated
So then
with
what?
the
Open a PO box and do a bi-monthly PO box episode. So I am not opposed to opening up a PO box. I get worried that somebody will send a bomb and kill me. So that's why I've been hesitant. Also, Hassan had a PO box, but they were sending him too much shit, and so so he closed it. So I don't want to open it and then risk that being a problem again. But it is something I've considered. I don't know, maybe a PO box, but like we only give the address to like Patreon members, so like it's a little bit more low key than opening it up to the general public. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it.
circumstances that were you
What is
know
happening, Austin, with your mic?
the
That's
ways.
not, that's not. I'm right here, Cutie.
No, no,
I
no.
know.
I'm trying to.
Do you
to.
call everybody Austin that has a
That
mic issue?
fucks up with mics.
Yeah,
That would get
I,
leaked?
was,
It would get leaked for sure, 100%. But that one extra layer of like making it a little bit more difficult to access, I think would be enough to make it so that it doesn't get out of control. At least I hope.
frustrated with the bracketing that Ludwig had
The
had
bracketing
put
We were in
was
the
forward.
fucked.
easy bracket.
And we were, even though we were in the easy
Oh.
bracket, no, I'm still saying, like, in general, it was very unfair that Team YouTube and I guess chess boxing, the two teams that Ludwig wanted to
Kaya's so
put
cute.
forward
Look at her.
Oh,
to
right.
stay the to
Oh, I
you
didn't
know.
think of this conspiracy theory.
Oh,
Oh, my
oh.
Oh
god.
no, it was very. He openly admitted it.
Wait, he wanted to Chess boxing to
Ping
win
you on
his
Discord?
bracket,
Okay, I'll check it out.
That
after the stream.
bracket.
Because
Well,
he was
not
promoting
win.
the merch.
Yeah, because he was promoting the merch.
Oh my God, he's a genius.
Maybe I can do it now.
Wait, that is
I mean, it's
I
pretty.
smart.
I would
I
say
didn't think
evil.
about it. Yeah.
But it was a
merch.
unique bracketing situation where they played an already atrophied team, and then they just kind of went all the way to the top.
Ludwig scammed me.
Oh.
Fucking Austin. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna send this logo over if I can find it really quickly, and if not, I'll do it later. I should have these assets readily available. I think I know where they are. 1 sec. Fear and folder. Nope, not that one. My other Fear and folder. Then assets. Logo PNG. Oh no, I don't think it's a PNG. Maybe it is. I just sent that to you. I just sent you a logo. Let me know if that works. And if it doesn't, I can try to find something a little better.
He owes me a bidet
Why?
Oh.
because he said he'd give me one. He hasn't got me one yet.
He does that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
He owes me a bidet.
Well,
Ludwig, if
He
you don't
could-
get
You
me
find
a
any place
bidet,
not
Austin
yet?
needs
Andy,
his
I'm
butt.
going to
Bring
file a
loco.
class action lawsuit.
Biyoko, thank you
do
for the tier
it.
1.
by
Appreciate it.
yourself.
That would be.
Road to
Victims of
1K
Ludwig
Andy is
Foundation.
real.
Yeah,
Not
I think
1K sub,
that would
1K
get a
viewers.
lot of attention if I sued Ludwig.
I wouldn't blame you because I'm mad at him
Oh my
Why
God.
are you mad at him?
because
Talk your shit, sis.
because he just gave me his song for the Christmas concert today.
Oh.
After me every single day for the past 2 weeks being like, I can't get people's songs, I can't get people's tracks, I can't get people's songs, I can't get people's tracks.
Like,
And he says to me, I'll sing. This morning he's laying in bed. I was like, Lud, I really need your song. And he was like, I'll sing the Christmas song. And I was like, will you send me a track? He was like, no. And I said, can TJ accompany you on the piano? He's like, no. And I was like, then you need to send me a track. And he's like, TJ can accompany
Please
me.
get Dorian
Speaking of
Electra
songs-
on the pod. I
Gotta
don't know who
figure
that
it
Are you
out.
is.
singing
Speaking
one?
of songs, I am not singing one, but it's time to
No.
make fun of Austin once more.
Oh no.
March,
Yeah.
I'm sending you.
Huh?
No way.
I'm
What did you
sending you
do?
a link.
No.
Just play it
Wait.
without any context.
No, no, no,
what-
no, 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 no.
Let's
So
see it.
No, no, no.
ever.
Wait, hold on.
Where
Wait.
should I send this to?
Wait, wait. Is this me? I don't know what this is.
No,
Are you
you
horrified?
don't, because I didn't send it to the group chat this time because I wanted
No,
to.
no, 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 wait, wait,
go
wait,
in
wait.
your
Raw
face with it, and
reaction.
it's a great segue, great opportunity.
Oh no.
Hold
What's
on.
gonna happen?
All right. So
A great musician and a Hasanabi head.
I
Get
cried.
exposed, right,
I
Austin?
love you.
no. This is
Hassan actually coming prepared with stuff. I know, crazy. He's holding it down. He's taking this podcasting shit too seriously.
like not even necessarily directly about Austin. It's about Austin, but it's not Austin. All right, so roll the tape.
Oh my god.
This is Jonathan Schlatt.
Also, I muted while we were listening to this. I muted parts of it live in real time because I didn't want to. Because his cover was so good, I didn't want to get DMCA'd by Frank Sinatra.
Singing
And now the end is near.
Jesus, Schlatt.
And so
This has to be AI, right?
Singing? No, it's not.
What?
I'm gonna tell you the backstory now.
He's so good.
my
Schlatt
friend,
famously has
I'll
a
say it
massive rabid fandom,
Frank Sinatra still
That-
alive? Yep.
much like mine, has
And Tupac.
put his voice, his AI voice,
Oh.
through a shit ton of filters and has made
Michael Jackson.
recreations, most famously this song. So Jay Schlatt, what did
That-
he do?
Make his own.
He made his
cover.
own cover.
And he's got
Wow.
motherfucking pipes.
Yeah.
Are you calling me out because I have not made a Frank Sinatra cover?
I'm calling you out ×2.
Okay, pause the track.
This he is
Yeah, go
out
Schlatt.
singing you
I'm
in your
swooning.
own game. It's like
Oh,
if
Austin.
Schlatt was like, I've
Like
never
if
done political
Schlatt sang,
commentary.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
And now
It's
The
this
end is
your
near.
this is your go-to Frank Sinatra, right? You only play this song, you only sing the song. It's actually kind of annoying that you haven't gotten another song into rotation.
Yeah.
In the years
he
that
has
I've
a new
known you.
Christmas song.
And Jay
I
Schlatt
do.
came in and
Frank
sang
Sinatra.
his fucking face off. He destroyed you.
Hold on. He hasn't even called me out.
I
Okay.
am calling
You want me
out
to make? You want me to drop
behalf
a
of
Frank
him.
I
Sinatra
hate
cover
when
album?
women pit women against each other.
All I'm saying is, how does that make you feel that he just came out of nowhere?
Well, first
And-
of all, I feel personally attacked.
Dude, I scrolled past this thinking it was just another AI. That's insane. Yeah, it's real.
Good, because
I
I
feel
am
personally
I'm
attacked.
attacking you.
I'm the Frank Sinatra
is
guy.
my thing.
Yeah, it is. It is my thing, and I'll be singing it tonight. By the way,
Oh,
I will
wow.
probably get a standing ovation. I just want
Oh
to
my
prepare you
God.
all
We'll
for
We'll
it.
stand for
Wait,
you. We'll stand.
I've solved the thing.
What?
Tonight we're trying something new with the Christmas concert
What's
ever.
that?
Is we're remote recording it so maybe we can release a little live album.
Oh,
So you might have his own Frank Sinatra cover within the next few weeks.
Is it going to match up to Schlatt?
It
No.
will. Look, I heard Schlatt. Schlatt used a lot of auto tune in that.
I don't
He
think
did
he
not.
did at all.
He did not at all.
It sounded
I don't
That
think
was
there was a
actually.
single bit of
I
audio.
asked him. It says one take.
Wow.
One take, Jake.
Austin.
Okay. First of all, I still don't believe that's not AI.
Did he
No, it's
take,
not.
did he take
Wow.
voice lessons?
I did not ask him
Now
about
you
that.
can though. If he can, you can sing.
Yeah.
What?
Yes,
What do you mean?
You have all your AI of you. If
Yeah,
he
well,
can, you can.
I need to learn Mandarin so I can sing "Red
Oh,
Sun in the
okay.
Sky."
Yo, for sure. Okay, yeah.
No, that's. I mean, that's
You
my
could learn
favorite
enough.
one.
You
He
could just, like,
only
learn other songs.
sings Chinese propaganda. That's all
Yeah,
he
it's
likes.
"Red Sun in the Sky." It's a Mao. It's a song about Mao,
Uh-huh.
Then how?
and I love that song.
He
It's a great
likes China
song.
for trains.
And
That's
I
it.
also do like the other one is the Korean Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Cholima on the
DPRK.
Wing.
DPR.
That one I
yeah.
love. I love that one. That one goes hard.
Wow.
Actually,
Yes,
really hard.
North Korea, such a great shining
Just because
example.
a place is not like under good circumstances doesn't change that they can make great art.
That's true, and great music. No, I
Yeah.
think it's North Korea is filled with beautiful art.
Oh.
I'd want to go there.
Oh.
I would love to
Sorry, I
travel to
zoned out
North
for a
Korea.
Do you know
Back.
Chinese? Do you know Mandarin?
No, I do not.
Are you? Do you guys all? He speaks Turkish
Oh.
and
You guys
English.
all? What
Did-
I was just gonna say,
I speak a little bit of Mandarin.
Spanish.
Oh, you do?
I could teach you an important word.
Do it.
Okay.
Pigu.
Pigu.
Oh, that's really good.
Ni hao.
I read the YouTube comments. Emily thinks she's funny.
Ni hao.
Ni hao ma.
Pigu means beautiful.
Pigu.
How do you say natural?
Junda.
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 Are you?
Junda
Are,
pigu.
so you're not fluent in Mandarin?
No, yeah, I'm like
Eh,
conversationally.
Okay. Okay. So you can. So you're kind of bilingual.
Yeah, just like semi. 'cause
Any
I
other
grew up
languages?
speaking Chinese.
Spanish.
Gracias.
Oh,
Yeah,
gracias.
Wait, so you
You
That
speak.
felt
You,
offensive.
yeah.
Wait, are you
Yeah.
are you Chinese?
Yeah, I'm Chinese. So
Okay.
my parents spoke Mandarin to me growing up, and then I would respond in English. So my Chinese is very bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Did they
right.
get mad at you for that?
No, they just like she's hopeless.
It's such an.
Did your dad was the one who watched me?
Yeah, he loves you.
Oh, hell yeah.
He ranked you an S tier streamer.
Hell yeah.
Based off vibes.
Does he like me?
What did the comments
Oh, I
say?
don't
The
think he ranked
the
you
comments
up.
said that like it means butt or like ass or something. Yeah, Piku means butt. Yo, what up, Archie? How you doing, baby?
You
Oh,
don't stream. It's okay. You don't stream.
yeah,
I'm gonna
sorry,
start
I'm
streaming.
Yeah,
sorry.
you
I'm
would need to
I'm
stream to be able to
de-escalating.
be
Okay.
in those
Yeah.
lists.
You don't stream.
You
It's
working
okay.
on the podcast, Archie? You working on your podcast? When do you they film it like yesterday, right? And then you got to get it done by Wednesday. Wednesday morning. For anybody that doesn't know, Archie is a podcast editor of a podcast that will not be named. It's The Yard.
Your dad doesn't
okay,
like
I have a
me?
question.
No,
No,
he
it's
would love
okay.
you.
It's okay.
Yeah, I
can't
mean,
believe
if your dad saw me glaze up China, he'd probably like me even more.
Oh my
than-
god, he would love that.
Oh yeah, I
China,
do
number
that.
one.
I
Follows
do
you
it
guys
all the
on
time.
Love China.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Um,
great.
Okay, so
Ooh.
wait, also another thing. So you're
New angle is clean. Yeah, I think yeah. We were comparing it to last week's episode, and it just looks so much better and sounds way better too. They fixed the audio. Listen, second episode in the new set. Slow improvements week by week. We're getting adjusted.
you're
I feel
Chinese,
good about it.
Uh-huh.
Chinese American.
Yes.
You're born here
Yeah, in
And-
Nebraska.
in oh god,
Nebraska?
Yeah,
Sorry to hear
How
that.
the
Corn-
hell did
Cornhuskers, baby.
that happen?
My parents got a job in Nebraska, so then
Okay.
I was born there,
Got
and
it.
then it was a very honestly looking back on it, it was a pleasant
We got an
upbringing.
infiltrator in the chat. Not an infiltrator, a friend. I think the funny part about the Yard versus The Fear and versus Yard beef is that all the hosts have like their obvious like fake playful beef, right? Meanwhile, the production team, so me plus Archie plus Zipper, are all like boys. No
because
beef.
it was very boring. So I had to like figure out ways to entertain myself. So I made YouTube videos. And
Yeah, she has a
Nebraska's-
lot of old YouTube
Nebraska is
videos.
very white.
it's so white. I was like the only Asian at my high school and middle school and elementary school.
Mm.
But it's okay. People weren't mean to me,
Good.
which is good.
Yeah.
People were mean to you?
They were not.
Huh.
They just thought I was
They
silly.
just didn't even know what you are. They're
Yeah,
like,
like, what is that
I've never
alien?
seen one of your kind before. I don't
Yeah.
know how to be racist to
Yeah.
you.
Did you? Yeah, but they were well behaved.
Yes.
Okay.
The only time that
What is
there was
happening?
something funny, so we all had to make like a pie chart of like our ethnicities, right? So it's like a lot of
Yeah.
white people are like
Teachers were
British,
sorting. Teachers
Italian.
were sorting.
Yeah. And,
They were like, yeah, make your ethnicity
I
pie
did it-
chart.
I
Emily.
did that in
Pie
second
chart.
grade. Go ahead.
and then mine was 100% Chinese, and they're like, ah, ha, ha, look at Emily's pie. It's not even a pie slice. It's just a pie. And they were making fun of me.
Really?
But
Aw.
that
You're
was the-
100% Chinese.
Yeah.
Watch Up Your Well episode was great. Gonna watch Patreon later today. Also, your intro was great. I'm glad you guys really liked the intro on this one.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
clearly put a lot of effort into it.
Oh,
So
I've
just
never
mom
met
and dad.
anybody 100% anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot
He's
of
100% Turkish.
No.
I mean, I am, but like,
There's something else in there.
She's 100% Chinese.
Mhm.
He's 100% Turkish.
You're 100% Han Chinese.
What's that mean?
Like Han.
Han.
Yeah, Han.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, because like,
Genghis Khan?
no,
Oh.
not like that.
Oh,
well,
what's first?
okay, so the reason why I said that is, I mean, it's the
Oh.
largest ethnic group in China.
Okay,
Whereas,
probably.
like, I'm
Don't
Turkish.
tell
I'm
her what
100%
kind of
Turkish,
Chinese
but
she
like,
is.
I like my parents' side on my father's side, they're from Greece.
Okay.
So they're from Crete and Selanik.
You're Greek?
Well, technically, they're Greek Turkish, I guess. Like, they
How many takes for the
live-
intro?
they-
One take, Jake. Literally ripped it in 2 seconds.
My father's side grew up in what is now known as Greece, but at the time
By the way,
was
is the intro song something you produced? No, it's a royalty free song that just kind of stuck.
Turkey or the Ottoman Empire.
I can actually give you the song name. It's a song called. I have it written down here because I always forget. Where is my notes? It's on my desktop notes. God, I'm so unorganized sometimes. It's called "Almost Through" by Baron Grand. But if you want to maintain the illusion and immersion that it's a Fear and song, yes, I produced it. It's my song. It's my original jingle that we made for the show, and just don't look it up.
It's kind of like my relatives grew up in Lebanon, but at the time it was Syria.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
My
and
family
then,
grew
and
up
then
in
on my
Germany.
mother's side is
At the time, it
Kiddush.
was World War II.
Yeah,
Children,
Wait,
we
really?
don't talk about that.
Wait, what? Your family straight out of
Family
straight pipe?
straight out of Germany.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Wait, also, you say you're
Lebanon
Lebanese.
mint.
I'm
then?
Lebanese. I
Okay,
did a
yeah.
presentation in second grade, actually.
And people were
What is this?
amazed.
They were like, wow.
Like, that's so much.
I mean, I
so
don't know if they made many comments about it. It was actually pretty bold at the time. It was around 9/11 too.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was like 2002.
Oh my God.
I was
the year
just-
after.
I was just out there.
I have to. I don't know what's going on.
What's going on?
Oh, doors unlocked.
Oh, I delivered.
I
some
love our
stuff.
podcast.
Okay. That I
I love our podcast.
was like.
Oh.
some
Hassan was
random-
about to spring into action.
I
Yeah,
know,
some
I-
fucking
crazy.
random
Well, I
guy.
had to,
was
I had to
like,
buy self tanner.
Oh, for tonight.
I'll put it on during the Patreon
Oh.
episode.
Oh, cute.
Nice.
I'm speaking of, go ahead.
And then I had to buy Spanx. Ugh,
Mm.
Nothing fits. My butt's so big. It's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, you got.
Damn,
I have
you got
that
fat
problem.
You
ass.
don't know what
Mhm.
gyat is, right, Hassan?
Well, I know what gyat is,
Oh,
but
oh.
you were talking about a
Nyat.
nyat.
Yeah, so nyat is like
Nyat.
negative gyat. So that's what I have where it's just
You
flat.
don't. You have a great butt.
You think so?
I do. I haven't been
Austin.
looking at
You
it.
can't
but-
really see it. She's always wearing skirts.
Yeah,
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 but
true.
I've never really
you,
checked
you
it
have
out.
I'm sure you have a wonderful, beautiful, natural.
Oh, you think
butt.
plump?
Yes.
Oh,
I
bouncy.
think many people would appreciate it.
Oh, thank
Many
you.
people.
Yeah.
Some people say you've got a great ass. Believe me, it's fantastic.
You
There
can
was
tell
one of them-
Emily
you
does
went to
not know how to
Harvard?
react to that Trump impression.
Oh, Columbia.
Or you went to Columbia. I don't know why I
Yes.
thought Harvard. How was
Because I
that
went to
like?
Harvard.
Yeah, yeah.
Confusing.
Wait, you went to Columbia University?
Yes, Columbia.
Wow,
and,
that's incredible. What's your degree in?
Financial engineering.
Holy sh!
And I learned nothing. And
I was
I'm a
about to say,
streamer now.
What does it feel to disappoint your parents? How does that feel?
I have to pay them back for college now
Yeah.
because
Wait,
I didn't use my degree.
Wait, really? That's
Yeah.
that's the punishment?
Yeah, they're like, oh, sorry. They're like, Emily, now that you're a streamer and you don't even use your degree, you have to pay us back for college.
Wait, so they like retroactively said that?
Well, they said that like, okay, as like a like okay, I thought they said it as a joke my freshman year of college. They're like, Emily, you're gonna pay us back for college, right? And I'm like, haha, yeah, sure. And then 4 years later, my mom's like, Emily, you know when you agreed to pay us for college?
How much do you owe them?
I'm paying them
I mean,
like
Columbia's not cheap.
$350,000.
I think I'm paying them $8K every
Is that
6
really how much college costs at an Ivy League school? Why am I even asking that? I know it's true.
months for 10 years.
That's why I dropped out of college so that I wouldn't fall into student loan debt.
Nice. That's
So
such
that's
a fucking foreigner parent thing.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
for me, the reason why I say this is because, like, well, I did
Brain.
not go to a prestigious institution. I went to Rutgers, University of
New
Miami
Jersey.
first, and then Rutgers. No one has
You
ever
went to University of
responded.
Miami?
Yes, I did.
You went to University of Miami?
Yeah.
Coral Gables?
I
Say what?
You've known me for like 5 years.
I know.
and I've talked
I've
about
learned so
this.
much about it. You
I've
went to
talked-
University of Miami.
I've talked
Dude,
about this to you.
English is his second language.
I've talked about this to you many times that you just like don't listen. I think, but anyway,
God damn.
That's
that's
true.
right.
so
about
the thing is, Austin has already forgotten what Hassan just said to him. And this will probably be revisited in a future episode.
so originally, my dad. I'm the only one in my
Yeah,
family.
I
that doesn't
feel
have-
like a schizo because I remember everything that they talk about, obviously, because I watch every episode 2 or 3 times and I'm there. And then I'm just like hearing them rehash conversations and I'm like, I feel like
of,
I'm losing my goddamn
anything
mind.
above a bachelor of
Austin might have
arts and
dementia.
sciences.
Mm.
They all. My brother's an engineer. He builds spaceships and also has a master's in engineering. My both my
Do you
parents
do the
have
editing in the podcast room? I mean, I live cut everything and then finish up at home.
PhDs, and they teach in college. One of them in Turkey, the other one in America, and so I'm like the black sheep. I'm the dummy of the family. So my dad, for years and years and years, was like, "All right, come on, this media thing, come on."
He
Every
didn't
time
believe in it.
every time we would have family gatherings, he was like, "All right, so when are you going back to school? You're gonna get a PhD, right? Like, I mean, you're gonna get a degree." And I was very disappointing to them for a very long time until
I saw somebody in the
now
YouTube
I've-
comments say, "What is all this anime shit in the room? How is this set supposed to represent all of them? Where's the cutie Cinderella representation?" Hello, front and center. Are you kidding me? There's a VHS copy of Cinderella right there, and also it's out of frame, but I'll move it for the next episode. There's a glass slipper down there. So
paid off my
get fucked, random YouTube commenter. Fucking suck me.
mom's student loans and my brother's student
Oh.
loans. So now they there's a point where they start respecting it, and
Yeah.
it's only when you're like, okay, you're financially secure, I'm
Yes.
fine now.
That's exactly like my parents. They hated it. And then they're like, wait, you're making money? Okay.
Yeah.
And then they're like, can you get me something for Christmas?
Taylor
And I'm-
Swift things. We didn't put much Taylor Swift in there because it was supposed to be like 2000s and late 90s, so it's going to be more childhood stuff. However, now begins the phase of us adding things. And so I think I'm going to get the Taylor Swift Time magazine that she was just in and put that somewhere, like probably like one of these shelves right here or something. So yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, yes, what do you want?
Yeah,
Exactly.
early Taylor,
So
like a
now-
vintage early Taylor Swift poster that I'm sure cost $10,000 might work.
They're supportive for sure, right? Same with
Yeah.
your parents.
There's no way they're happy with those chairs though. Yeah. I mean, like, it irks me so much because these chairs are the same chairs we used in the last studio, these green ones. But just because there's not a desk blocking them, people are like, those chairs look so comfortable. I hate the chairs. Change the chairs. Like, okay, we'll change the chairs. But they're the same ones they've been sitting on for the past fucking year and a half. But sure.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
do all
they've-
our parents kind of? I mean, my parents are
Austin
supportive.
representation. There was a Vikings thing here that I got rid of because that was way too cluttered. There's model builder plane magazines here. There's some planes on the left side that aren't in frame. I gotta readjust some stuff. You're right. We're lacking in the Austin representation. It's true. What about Brittany? I mean, yeah, Brittany's right here. Brittany is definitely for a cutie and I know the aesthetics in the new studio has been very pleasing. Thank you. What about 2 couches? There's not enough space really. And then when we have guests, it makes it, or when we don't have guests versus having guests, it makes it a little more difficult because it makes the set less modular. So I think if anything, replacing, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But yeah, they like move in with me sometimes.
wow.
Just make it a bit. March won't let us have more comfortable chairs. True. That's 5 head.
Yeah, like Hassan's too.
Mine too, yeah. My mom's still here. My dad
Trigon
just
poster
left.
is
We're
Will's
gonna
representation. Will and Hassan, yeah.
link up again in Italy soon.
My mom's dead. So
Oh my
she doesn't
god!
ask for much.
Wow, way to kill the mood.
Yeah, what the
Well,
fuck?
Wasn't my fault.
I
Are you
wonder,
sure? No, I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
wonder
just
if parents are
And
so
then the
was
Spice
trying to
Girls
blame
poster is
myself.
Will
Ask
and
my
Cutie.
kidding. No, I think a weird thing that I've started dealing with is like now I love my dad so much, but now he wants things, and I'm like, bitch, you didn't pay for my college. I'm not paying for your shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like mad about it.
But you pay for your own college?
Yeah. Oh, I grew up very, very poor. I grew up pretty
Yeah.
pretty rough
Let's
situation.
let's just get a fucking neon sign right here that just says in super bright, like hard to like even look at, squintingly bright sign that says Austin Show or the Austin Show right here.
And I think looking back at it,
That's the whitest thing I've ever heard you say.
what?
That you're not gonna pay for your parents when they ask for something?
No, I will. I
Is
will.
that white people's things?
Yes.
I pay for my parents' stuff. Does that make me more Lebanese?
Dude, you want to be not white so bad.
I'm not. I'm mixed.
I've already paid. He wanted like these 10. Long story short, my grandparents have a farm in Idaho.
Yeehaw.
And
Potatoes?
that's where my dad was raised.
Potato farm?
Yeah, potato farm in Idaho.
Hell yeah, brother.
Amazing.
They've passed away, and my dad essentially wanted to turn the potato farm into like a big family reunion campground place. It's like there's so many of those in Idaho. I don't know.
Like Mormon
So he like
campgrounds.
wanted
Is Austin's
some stuff
last
to
name
make it
really
nice.
Show? You don't have to leak it, but I'm curious. Yeah, of course.
And so I gave him a bunch of money for that, but then
He was
that
born
got,
to
like,
play this role.
shut down, and so he wants to do something else, and so he's asked for more money, and I'm just like, it makes me, I don't know anybody else with like parental resentment sometimes, but like I had a full-time job. Like I worked every summer when I was 13. I had a full-time job the day I turned 16. I had my first job. I was working 40 hours a week while going to high school, while on cheer, while like in volleyball, paying for everything on my own, like everything on my own. And he used to always be like, yeah, you got to you got to work your own way. Now, all of a sudden, somebody wants a freaking camping tent.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
my.
I mean, I buy it. I have been paying for it. It's just like, damn.
You also do your dad's finances, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
you're his accountant.
Yeah, I
Which
love
is
him.
crazy
I'm not.
funny.
I just do his invoices. I just do his contracts and stuff.
Mark,
I'm his
where are we
lawyer,
at?
really.
March, what are we at?
Okay.
49 minutes.
So
Ooh,
there's a couple
I have
things.
something to bring up too.
Okay, because I have a couple things. We can do some of it behind the paywall as well, like the congressional gay sex that we're going to be talking about. If we don't
The
do
person
this-
of the year.
Wait,
Yeah,
congressional
what-
gay sex?
Person of the year, what? Oh yeah.
Congressional
Okay.
gay sex.
of the
Fuck yeah,
year?
what a great
So
topic.
I have like an actual gay porn review that we're going to be finally doing behind the paywall.
Oh my god, we get to watch gay porn
Yes,
behind the
we're gonna be
paywall.
watching gay porn.
Wow, you're so cool,
That
Dad.
is awesome.
Patreon.com/fear and
My
also a litany of different Taylor Swift things. But since we're at 48 minutes, we'll just start off with the Taylor Swift thing. Taylor Swift.
Wait,
Emily said she's mid, and I hate Emily.
Okay, I used
Based. I didn't realize it was Emily's stance on this, but she's based for that.
to like
Man of the
her
year.
a lot.
wait, Taylor
And
Swift won
then-
what?
And then
It
you
was
saw her
blurred
live
gay
during the Red
porn.
Tour.
I really tried to find the non-blurred version. I'm sorry.
Or like Speak Now or Fearless, and she was
Okay.
not that good at singing.
Well, bitch,
I'm
come on
sorry.
back. You want to watch the Eras tour together?
I feel like I'm too far behind. Like the Swifties are too strong for me. I can't join anymore.
We let you in.
Yeah, we
I don't
do.
know folklore. I don't know
It's okay.
Evermore, whatever
It's
it's
okay.
called. Really?
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm an imposter among
No.
all the big fans.
Just watch the Eras
Cutie
tour.
wants this so
And you'll
bad.
be like, wow, she's gotten
Cutie's
so
like
much
Cutie's like, we can turn her. We can still get her.
better.
Yeah.
She has. Her voice has gotten way
I did
better.
watch that
She-
one thing.
she's a great
remember?
dancer
Yes.
too.
Yeah, she's gotten way better at dancing.
She's
Okay,
a wonderful
not
dancer.
good at dance.
She really is.
Can we be serious? Can
Is
we
she
be
as good
for
as Dua
fucking
Lipa?
real? Like
Full
she's a
of vigilante
dynamo.
shit right now.
She's a dynamo.
I'd put her
okay?
up there
I
with
respect
Michael
it.
I guess because my Taylor Swift is Donald Glover, that's what my comparison is as far as like somebody that I like just fucking would die if I met them. I'd evaporate and like worship. I I compare them. I'm like, oh, this is your person that you like worship the ground they walk on compared to my person that I worship the ground they walk on. And like, don't get me wrong, Taylor Swift's great, you know, she's got a great catalog of music. I think she's a great lyricist. And like, hey, you know, white women need a god too. So like, that's fine. You do you. But like, pound for pound, like, let's be real. Donald Glover has more talent in like his pinky.
As like an institution, okay? And I think that Taylor Swift doesn't have to be very good at things. I think that her being kind of mediocre is what makes her appealing.
A lot of people.
What are you talking about?
I think she's a once in a lifetime talent.
I think that
the new Michael Jackson.
I would venture to say probably even better.
Okay.
Wow.
Now we're borderline racist.
Wait,
listen. What I want to say is this. Here's my analysis of Taylor Swift. Okay. Here's my analysis of Taylor Swift. I think
how the hell did we get there?
I think that her appeal stems from the fact
I could talk for hours about like Donald Glover and his career and like everything to like a very autistic degree, similar to like most Swifties can about Taylor Swift, or most K-pop stans can talk about like their favorite like group and their biases and stuff. But the other thing is like I just don't force it down people's throats, you know? But what's your opinion on Donald Glover's earlier music? Only asking because I used to get bullied for listening to him. I think it's great. I mean, like, you know, Sick Boy and like the early mixtapes are fine. I don't revisit them that much, but everything beyond like the royalty mixtape and camp and stuff is basically like something I revisit often.
that she's like
I don't really listen to MC DJ or anything like that either.
very normal. And
Are you ever
kind
going to be
of-
a guest on Fear Ann? Probably not, unless like, I mean, maybe. I'm not going to say never, but I'd say it's unlikely. I feel like I cameo enough.
not above and beyond exceptional. It's not like a
Okay,
level
okay.
of talent that is like unachievable where you're like, I am in
think-
awe. She is a dynamo though. She works very fucking hard.
I can agree that like her vocals are no, it's no Adele, it's no Adina Menzel, it's no like one time, like she has a very approachable singing voice.
I disagree.
Which is great. She has gotten much better though.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the thing that she is not normal at, that she's way above standards, is her writing skills.
That's it. She writes
Yeah.
relatable music.
The shit she writes is crazy.
I mean,
so that's
everybody
what I
can
was gonna
relate
say.
to it.
Exactly. I think she's a great writer, and I think that
And I even
she's
think
very
her
good at-
looks are approachable. She doesn't do like the Kim Kardashian shit.
I don't think you relate to her anymore because you used to be like this ugly.
Yeah, I think you think you're too good for
Yeah,
her.
And when I
you-
say
you
I'm
like-
like a stan, I mean like I'm a stan. Like Cutie is not a bigger stan of Taylor Swift than I am than Donald Glover. I just don't wear it on my sleeve that much. Even though I'm literally wearing a custom Donald Glover sweater or jacket right now. I have an oil painting of Donald Glover in my living room, like a custom one that an artist I know personally and love a lot made for me. Like I bought from them, but here I'll show it real quick just so you guys understand that I'm not playing around real quick. I have this in my living room.
You've like blossomed into this being this beautiful
I'm a
man.
dude. I'm just like
No, we don't like you anyway.
I would
that's
die if
what
I
I
met
mean.
JPEG Mafia. I don't really know much about JPEG Mafia, but I know that he's a friend of Hassan's, and I think it'd be really cool to have him on the podcast because I'd love to know more about them. He really is your Taylor Swift. Yeah. I mean, I also have my other Taylor Swift is Porter Robinson, and there's literally a painting of him right there by the same artist in my bedroom.
like I'm not the target market.
You're too white.
Yeah.
I am literally not the target demographic for Taylor Swift.
Yeah, we are.
I'm simply stating, and
Well,
I
of
also
course,
bringing
follow
Emily-
this on. Yeah, I mean, I think JPEG Mafia would be great. And he's actually on my short list of guests for the podcast that are very very realistic and I think would be easy to get. As far as like JPEG Mafia, the other one that's like kind of in the same space would be that's also a friend of Hassan's or a fan of Hassan, maybe a friend or fan. I don't know if they know each other, but he's definitely interacted with Hassan on Twitter. Is Kevin Abstract? I think Kevin Abstract would be cool to have on.
In.
Yeah, he's about to drop albums. Oh, that's perfect. Like if he's about to drop something he can promote, then we should totally have him on the podcast.
I'm a bad.
What is this? March P in the Discord for the Instagram thing. You made this quickly? Whoa. Oh god, it changes color too. Whoa. Links without sub? Yeah, I just trust my audience. Whoa. Does it just go forever? Does it ever hit the corner? Maybe like a little faster, not too much faster. I think it's at a decent speed. Maybe like a little faster. Whoa. Nice. What? Ah. Damn. How do we know when it hits it? I'm already getting like stuck watching it. Okay.
Bad person because I don't.
What is in your living room? I was taking out the trash. It's a Donald Glover painting.
Listen to music anyway, but like I'm saying that as someone
Vincent
who
follows Hassan on
has
Twitter.
studied culture, I feel
Kill
as
yourself.
though her
A French
appe-
animator working on One Piece and JJK got Hassan to follow him after a few months of spamming, and he followed. Whoa, that'd be cool. See, I want to have more interesting guests like that. I don't get me wrong. Emily was a fantastic guest. I love Emily, but like, I feel like part of like what's so cool about being able to do a podcast, especially with people that have a lot of reach and clout, is like opening up ourselves and our audience to people that aren't in our immediate sphere. Like we've done it before to a lot of success. I mean, our second episode of the podcast was with fucking Ava Elfie and Pussy Riot. Like, and it was one of our most viewed episodes. And it was super sick, and it was a weird like collab, but like it was awesome, and the conversation that came out of it was great. So just like I would love to do like I feel like nobody should be off the table. We shouldn't just stick to streamers. I think having our friends that are streamers in the space as guests is perfect, and we totally should do it, and we should definitely do that too, but like we should just not box ourselves in.
feel stems from the fact that she is great at as a lyricist and can write very relatable stories. And she's
also
not like super above and beyond.
puts
in
on
any,
a fucking show.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
She
she
loves
does.
themes. Yeah,
Speaking of which, she
she's a
made
theater
so
kid.
much money on that tour,
She's still
How do we get Jeremy Fragrance on the podcast?
which
going.
is
The
why
tour
I
is still
think we
going,
need
baby.
to go on tour.
no.
Oh my
Shut
God.
your whore mouth.
I
would
need to.
love
We need to do a
a
tour.
tour.
Thank you, Emily.
There's
So
a
much.
economists are calling it the Taylor
For
Swift
what?
phenomena. She has revitalized the economy. Let's take a look. Taylor Swift, Man of the Year.
Man of the year.
Oh.
That's right.
It's
She
person
won
of the
Man
year.
of the Year or Person of the
See you
Year.
later,
that's
Miss
cool.
Tegan.
Why did you say man of the year?
Take it
I don't
easy.
know.
Thanks for
Has
saying
to
that.
be a man.
It's person of the year.
As person of the year, I'm being,
Tony Hawk Redemption episode in person. That'd be funny.
I'm being
Getting
sexist
so
off the jump.
misogynistic.
We're not gonna be able to cover this all in this episode because it actually this interview is so.
That's what I'm saying. So
fucking
I need
juicy.
to. I need to.
It's also very cringe.
I do need to
Really?
bring something up.
Well, she might have been having a little fun that day. She said
Crazy.
something funny about like being like Horcruxes
Yes.
and
Lord of the
Thanos,
Rings.
yeah,
What
and
the-
Lord of the Rings, and it
Just
didn't
going
make sense.
crazy.
So,
But look at our girl.
She looks beautiful.
2023
Her hair
Person
looks
of the
like
Year
mine
Taylor
right now.
Swift by
Slay.
Time Magazine. Remember,
Relatable.
it's up there with Adolf Hitler,
Well, okay, why?
Joseph Stalin,
Name
and-
some
and-
other ones.
and-
Don't.
Barack Obama.
Rudolph Giuliani,
Oh.
Barack
America's
Obama.
mayor, Rudy Giuliani,
Didn't Donald Trump win one?
Donald Trump,
Jeremy Fragrance
Wow.
is a,
Ga- Gandhi,
related to the
up
alt-right
there
German
with,
extremists and Nazis.
a
Damn
lot
it.
of people,
the
Gandhi.
Dalai Lama.
notoriety, and
He's
now
the first
Taylor Swift.
performer ever.
So
Oh, that's huge.
one thing I want to say right off the jump: what the fuck? Fire the photographer.
I know. I
That was
agree.
fire the
I
makeup
agree.
artist,
That-
fire the glam squad that worked on
This
this.
is one of her worst photo shoots I've ever seen in
I've
my life.
Yeah.
Never
Wow.
seen such a flub. Can you show this, please, March? I mean, this is
Where is-
unacceptable.
I think
Yeah.
it's very 80s.
No,
It's still bad.
No, it's not.
really bad.
You can do an 80s photo
Dude,
shoot
a
and
Joji
make-
episode? Oh, I'd love to have fucking Joji on. I feel like that's possible too. Can't Ethan help with Post Malone? I think a Post Malone episode would be amazing too. I'd love to have MKBHD. I think he'd be awesome.
make it work. This,
She looks depressed.
it was just
It's
so
bad.
the
There's
hair
more.
was so
Oh,
Look how
this,
bad it is.
this photo
That's-
is insane. Why did they do
I don't
this?
know why they curled her bangs like that. This would have
Yeah,
been a totally imagine
this
a
one's
sleek
rough.
back ballerina bun.
Yes.
Oh,
Much better.
Why did
this
they
looks
do that?
the
this looks
hair.
unkempt.
Yeah.
Like it looks like her hair just looks bad.
I wish. Yeah, it looks like my hair right now.
No, your hair looks beautiful and natural.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
Very beautiful kitty.
Yeah, I'm very
Are
disappointed.
you naturally blonde?
I'm naturally this color. I'm naturally Taylor's color.
Oh.
Oh.
Perfect.
No big deal.
Wow, you're just like her for real.
It's like her for real. It's part of why I haven't been growing. I haven't been bleaching. So I'm like, if she can pull it off, maybe I
You
can pull it off.
Well, she's not pulling it off here. I'll
Well,
tell you that
that's
much.
not- That's a good
Oh.
photo. That's well,
It's fine.
It's a
Like-
okay
face is-
photo.
It's
It's
Yeah,
not
that's the
a
thing.
pers-
Is like this is an fine photo. Like it's just okay. Like as far as like okay, I'm not like an insane career photographer or anything, but I've been known to do some photography in my lifetime. You know, I've taken some pictures that have gotten some millions of likes that I've edited and tried to do my best with. So I feel like I can at least comment. I don't have an expert opinion, but I can at least comment. And this is like an okay picture in like it looks like it got taken with an iPhone. And she's way too white here. Like I know she's white, but like they desaturated her skin even further. Like she looks like white. And then like they cranked the whites and the highlights and like made her even shinier. And then it's like there's just not like I don't know, God. And it's like again, it's terrible lighting. It's like and the photo is fine, but we're talking Time Magazine Person of the Year, billionaire, super giga ultra star Taylor Swift. For that, this is unacceptable.
Person of the year photo. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the hilarious part about it is like even the most like
It's a very mid photo. too.
decent photos are very mid. And Taylor Swift's like a beautiful woman. It's like it's not very hard to make Taylor Swift look good. It's I would say harder to make her look like this.
Mhm.
So that was the first thing I saw that made me go, "Oh my
This
god,
one's
this is so
okay.
bad." And then there's a bunch of quotes in here where she's just like incredibly corny. There's one part of the interview. I mean, we can try to pull up if you control F, like you can pull up the Lord of the Rings or Horcrux. March. Okay.
Horcrux. But her best line ever. So finally, like, okay. So if you guys don't know, 2016, I might have my year wrong. Dyslexic. 2016 is when the whole Kim Kardashian Kanye bullshit happened, where
Like Famous came out.
yeah.
Okay.
So and Kim posted a video that said that Taylor Swift was like, yeah, it's fine.
Right.
It was
And
an
she tried to-
edited video.
Really?
Yeah, it was an edited video, and that didn't come to the forefront until like I think 2020. That like it was proven that it was an edited video because Kim Kardashian's Snapchat got hacked, right? But during this, like the #1 worldwide trending, it wasn't 2016. It had to have been earlier. The trending worldwide hashtag was Taylor Swift is over, like worldwide, and like Kim called her a snake, and so then like she got flooded. She got flooded with snakes on every social media. She went dark. She literally went into hiding. Like she was like,
For how long? do
it's
you
over.
know?
For until Reputation came out, it was years. She would hide in public. She was it
For
was the
how
most
long? Like a year?
depressed she was ever
Wait, but
been.
why can't she say that it's fake?
So she tried, but everyone was like, there she goes again, calling herself the victim.
So
No,
Yeah.
that's actually
awful.
one of the funniest parts in the article that I wanted to get to,
Oh,
where
I
she's
love
like,
it.
Why is
where
Usher
she goes,
trending?
I felt canceled, and then the interviewer goes, the interviewer basically like refutes that a little bit by saying like, she was still like one of the top like record selling artists of all time, but who am I to tell Taylor Swift that she was canceled. If she felt like she was canceled, then she certainly was. And I was like, that's not journalism. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think it was more
here
of
it
a
is.
thing of like,
Here, read it from above, actually. Look what you made me do. Reach number. Oh, here, Swift has told me a story about redemption, about rising and falling only to rise again, a hero's journey. I did not say to her in our conversation that it did not always look that way from the outside. That, for example, when Reputation's lead single, Look What You Made Me Do, reached #1 on the charts, or when the album sold 1.3 million albums in the first.
Also, tech upgrade, by the way. Now that I'm using a dedicated studio and set and like switcher, as opposed to using Hassan's stream PC and his fucking keyboard, which is how I was switching things before, because that's all I had to work with, because those are the limitations that were set on me. It's super nerdy. It's a very small change, but now I have the ability to change the camera angles while we're in the picture-in-picture website browsing mode. So if you'll see the bottom right, now we can get camera angles instead of a wide.
Week, second only to 1989. She did not look like someone whose career had died. She looked like a superstar who was mining her personal experience as successfully as ever. I am tempted to say this, but then I think, who am I to challenge it if that's how she felt? The point is, she felt canceled. She felt as if her career had been taken from her. Something in her had been lost, and she was grieving it. Maybe this is the real Taylor Swift effect. That she gives people, many of them women, particularly girls, who have been conditioned to accept dismissal, gaslighting, and mistreatment from society that treats their emotions as inconsequential. So, and it gives them permission to believe that their
Look at Kaya,
interior
bro.
lives
Look at
matter.
Kaya.
I
I'm
couldn't
dying.
read.
I'm dying.
myself.
I'm dying.
I think this is the most insane. You're.
Wait, I thought he was kind of cooking, no?
yeah.
No, he's cooking
I
like
think he's
he's
cooking.
interviewing like a deity in his mind. This is an
Oh,
insane
okay.
way to fucking approach the subject matter, at least from a journalistic
I've noticed small
perspective.
improvements over the
We're just
years in
like,
all kinds of
what
media
would be
projects you
interesting
work
in this
on. Lots of
situation, and
respect for
Isaac
what you
Chodemer
do.
does is
That's a direct result of me just trying to like improve slowly over time and then applying it. So thank you for noticing. That means a lot.
really well for the New Yorker,
Oh, that's a horrible photo.
who's very famous for
Oh,
What
his
is that?
God.
What
like,
is that photo?
interviews where he cooks people slowly.
Why'd she let this go out?
Yeah, did she should have said no? Like,
But maybe she wanted like to see like everybody to see like this is who I am.
Like, mid?
wow.
This is very stylized. She
No,
doesn't
this is
dress
really
like that.
bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Um,
But we're getting no. I think she looks absolutely
No,
wonderful.
my
Love you,
point is like
Taylor.
she's
Austin.
you worked hard to make her look this bad is what I'm saying. Which
Do the Swifties think she looks bad?
there's mixed reviews.
I mean,
But-
that means
Yeah,
that
that means that it's
Okay.
pretty bad.
I don't even
though.
think that
Yeah.
they love this interview that much overall because like there's a lot of corny parts about it too. Specifically because when Swifties like something, and this is the same for like stan culture in general, they will really pump it. If they
Yeah.
don't like something and they find it to be like kind of embarrassing, they just won't talk about it and they'll like hide it and they'll move on to the next thing.
True.
And I do feel like the second thing happened in this situation a little bit, especially with the photos.
I mean, yeah, the photos are rough, but I think regardless, like Reputation was like her comeback album. It was finally like her first time like saying anything about all the bullshit with Kim and all that stuff. And she was like, she went from being this golden child, right? This is right after 1989 that won her most awards she's ever had, to everyone fucking hating her. It's like, and even though that guy says, oh, she's very successful, think of when you get canceled because you say something, or you're racist all of a sudden, or you're just a pro.
Did
You're
Taylor Swift
always
choose the
like,
photographer, or can you only
Yeah,
do that
like
on
you know what I'm
Vogue?
saying? Like you live in this bubble where it's like it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I don't know what. I mean, I'm assuming if you're Taylor Swift, you can choose whoever the fuck you want. I'm gonna guess, but I don't know. Actually, no, maybe not, because I have been on a Vogue photo shoot for Ray. Ray was had an issue of Vogue Philippines where she had a spread, like an 8-page spread in it or something like that. And so I was on that photo shoot for her, and Vogue provided the entire team. Vogue provided the photographer, Vogue provided the stylist, Vogue provided the lookbook, they provided the clothes, everything. And they provided the makeup, the hair, they provided literally everything. And it was a very good fucking production. It was a great shoot. Like, they were very good. Also, it was Vogue Philippines, and a lot of the production team on that photo shoot were Filipino people, which I think was really cool too. And so, yeah, I'm assuming Time just provided her with a team, but they kind of did her dirty.
matter if there's numbers that back it up. You go live the next day, you still get 20K.
I really like how you changed the camera angle. It's a bit more top down instead of straight on. Not sure if I'm explaining correctly. Yeah, no, you're explaining it perfectly, and we did do that, and yeah, it looks way better. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah,
But
the difference
you
is like
feel
I
like-
did that because of the feedback of last week, people liking or not wanting it to be so low, and I was like, bet, hold my beer.
don't
Shit.
believe that. Yeah, I mean, I guess the point is, I don't go woe is me, and also I don't personally feel like I'm canceled. Does that make sense? I openly will say like cancel culture is not a real thing. You can be canceled, I guess, by your own community, by your own fan base for doing something that they find to be like inappropriate, that like doesn't match up with the values that you've put forward. But like the rest of the internet could only just fucking hunt you down and say that you're wrong for buying a house or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But like that doesn't really change anything.
But I have something to bring up before we go.
Okay.
Wait, we're not done with this.
Yeah, we still got Taylor
This is
Swift.
juicy.
This is important.
And I
Well,
got more
guess
Taylor Swift. I got more
I
fun
guess
stuff.
it's important, but we're running out of time to bring up something that's truly important.
I've been waiting for Cutie to be on this podcast so we can have this conversation.
Overall, end of the interview. She was very much so in a very dark place. If you watch the Miss Americana Netflix documentary, which if you're a budding Taylor Swift fan, I encourage it. She talks about this specifically and how it was so dark because she is a person that was pathological people pleaser her entire life, and then for the first time ever, people started booing at her. And what do you do when your only value in life is pleasing people? It's detrimental to your entire mental health to all of a sudden have everybody turn on you. Regardless, in this
or
interview,
even
for the
feel like everybody turned
for
on
the
her.
first time ever in this interview, she finally she became person of the year, and she is now above the Kardashians. She's having the most amazing year of her life, right? And she fucking said about Kim Kardashian that the trash always takes itself out and karma's a bitch. So that was the
Damn.
most slay part of the entire interview. That's all I had to say. It was
Damn.
really
Damn.
sick.
She came for the
Taylor.
she came for the queen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kim
Okay,
Kardashian
what
did.
did you have to say before
I'm
we
so
end?
sorry. Before we
Glad to follow your channel and get the producer POV to better understand BTS of streaming. Yeah, that's actually another reason why I do these, was because I've mentioned this before, and thank you for following. I mentioned this before because people always say like, oh, you need a mic, you need a mic, you need a mic. And I've mentioned how when I started this show, I tried to like pull from the blueprint of some of my favorite podcasts and try to stay away from doing what I don't like from some of the other podcasts I watch. And as a podcast consumer, one of the things I personally never liked was when producers would chime in and I'd be like, who is this off-camera person that I don't know? I just want to watch like the on-camera talent. So that's why I intentionally didn't do that for myself, even though I know sometimes it can get annoying if you don't know what I'm saying. I also try not to chime in too much for that reason. Also, thank you for the tier 1 sub. But I think a nice healthy way to offset that is I can just provide these little like BTS like director's cut like recaps, and then people that actually give a shit can like find out more.
go, I need some Marsh to play something. Folks, I may not be living here for much longer.
What?
I know a lot of you thought I was going to maybe move to Los Angeles.
No one thought that.
No.
I did say this. I couldn't help it. Speaking of trying not to talk too much, I did involuntarily out loud off camera blurt out, no one thought that. And that was his reaction to that.
I was going to maybe move to Los Angeles.
No.
Or move somewhere else, but I've truly hit it big in a different country.
Oh god.
What?
I've
You've
hit it
seen
big.
this.
Oh, this is okay. This is a
Emily,
good
this
one.
is maybe you'll be seeing this for the first time.
I think I
BLC.
will.
I have made it big in Asia, folks. Check it
This
out.
is in Russia, I think.
No, but they said
You
it was
keep saying Asia.
No, hold on. They told me. Hold on.
Who's
Russia
they?
is in Asia. To be fair,
They DM me and they
it's
said
a very big country in a very
yeah,
big
Central
continent.
Asia. This is a Central Asian podcast. So
They're speaking Russian though, no?
yeah, I think so. They're speaking Russian. Yeah.
You haven't done their due diligence. You're
They
gonna bring up
told
a-
me, but they told me that they were speaking Russian, but they identify themselves as a Central Asian podcast. So I will be leaving the United States, expatriating to Central Asia.
Central Asia, not a country.
Arena
Yes.
in-house, come on, it's time.
Just a
Really,
continent.
I'm
I have made
live.
it. Roll the tape.
I'm down.
который все называют The Austin Show.
I'm almost done with
Потому
this.
что одного из чуваков
Damn, I
зовут
look like
Austin.
shit in that
Да,
photo.
его зовут Austin
I
Show.
actually-
Whoops, sorry. My bad. I got 7 more minutes of this, and then I'm down for some gaming if you're actually serious.
Show.
Потому что одного из чуваков
Damn, I
зовут
look like
Остин.
shit in that
Да,
photo.
его зовут Остин
I'm
Шоу.
actually good at that
И
photo. Thank
он
God.
начал выкладывать маленькие шорты из
I got cut out.
своего
God.
подкаста, который называется The Fear End. И людям так понравились эти шорты, что они теперь называют весь подкаст Остин Шоу, а там на самом деле крутые люди.
What are they saying on
I have
there?
no
Пайкер,
idea.
Тана Монжо, типа большие люди в
I
американском
think from
футболе.
context clues, they're talking
So-
They're
about how
loving you.
Wait, you have
Oh.
something
So I'm
for this.
telling him that I have the
Marsha's
dub
saying he ha-
version.
do you have a microphone on?
I have the dub version is what I'm telling him.
Oh my God, they dubbed it?
So nice.
We dubbed
No way.
Если вы смотрите английский.
Yoroyo dubbed
Okay, they
If
dubbed
you're
it?
watching English TikTok, the Fear End podcast, which everyone calls the Austin
All right.
Show.
What the fuck?
Which
one of the
everyone
dudes
calls
His
the
name
Austin
is
Show.
Austin Shaw, and he started posting small shorts from his podcast. Shas. They like these shorts so much that they now call the entire podcast Austin Show. where-
We dubbed this last week during on my stream on like Saturday or Friday. Yoroyo dubbed this because we were watching this, and I saw this live on my stream, and I was like, I can't show this to Austin. We need to burn this. We can't do this. And I saw the opportunity for really good content on the podcast if I just whipped it out, and so I did. And now I'm probably going to be hearing it be called the Austin Show for the next 6 months, and that's being conservative. But let's continue.
In fact, cool people hang
Clear
out.
this up.
Hassan Piker, Tana
in short.
Mongo, big people in
Tana?
American media.
They
Wait,
think I'm
pause for a
Canada,
second.
though?
But now
I like that I am now relegated to a famous person that appears on this
Oh
podcast
my God.
Oh, I
from
can't
time
wait.
to time.
I can't wait.
Austin just outdid everyone. And now he's the main star. And it turns out to Hassan Piker, who is famous for what he has there. He's Young Turks. It's a political publication. He himself is a political streamer. A lot of people know. There, Donald Trump, yes, even with him, he had correspondence
spider.
altercation. That is, they approach Hassan Piker and say, oh my God, you're Austin Shaw's friend.
But initially it was
I don't
the-
think I did this.
No, it was the other way around. Austin's the friend.
Okay, well, this is fake news.
Wow.
I'm beginning to
is so-
understand.
Finally, Central Asia gets it.
I'm beginning to understand what liberals say when they're like, "Oh, Russiagate, like fake news,
Yeah.
Russian fake news." That's it.
They have a podcast and they get it right. Austin Show's friend Hassan Piker.
You had to go to like Turkmenistan to
Yeah.
fucking find like one podcast.
No,
That
they
is-
and in fact they've asked me. They're filming a docuseries and they've asked me to be a cameo on their docuseries as they travel around the United
about
States.
what?
I'm going to be joining
That's
them.
so funny.
I'm going to be joining them for coffee. I don't know what it's about. In fact, I didn't even know what they said about me until now.
I hope you're
Wow.
like banned from multiple countries for this.
Wait, why would I?
Yeah,
why
just
would
a
they?
so
travel
funny.
ban.
Why would they give me a travel
I
ban?
don't
They would
know.
never ban me from. I'm so great for every country that I
They're
go
like
to.
this Austin Shaw, he's gayest man in America. He is so gay. He's making youth gay.
Do you think? do you think? Do you think that I would be banned? Like, do you think I'd get in trouble for going to certain countries because I'm so outwardly homosexual, or do you think I could blend in?
No, you're fine.
Like, if I went to like,
I think you
No,
like want us
dog,
to
if you're-
say that you're so
Oh,
fucking gay, everyone can tell, but none
yeah,
of us we
but
don't
you
think
can't.
that.
No one can, and you also
Yeah.
openly admit that people can't tell you're gay.
You can't
all
have
the
both
time.
sides of the quarter.
There is
what do you?
zero
I mean,
percent-
that's true.
dude. There are like a ton of straight people that would be hate crime before you for the hate crime of being gay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so
It's true.
you're,
Which is
you're
why I
fine.
want to go to a
Yeah,
Trump
the fact
rally.
that the name misunderstanding of the pod on TikTok turned into this, all because when Austin uploads clips from this podcast to his TikTok, he doesn't like label it clearly as like the Fear End podcast. This is what it's become. I'm gonna K myself.
Oh.
What do you mean? You already do that when you go to like a fucking wedding in Nebraska or
Oh,
some
I
shit.
went to a wedding in Minot, North Dakota.
Okay.
Yeah.
And had full-on conversations with homophobic people about
Oh.
how they don't like gay people.
But they love you?
I had
They
to
didn't
join
know.
in. I didn't know what else to do. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I hate those.
Yeah.
I hate them
those
too, brother.
Yeah, no,
Fucking-
like it's
Did you
crazy.
know that they have pronged tongues?
Yeah, I mean, like
They're
I
always out there trying
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
homify
call you
the
like
youth.
strike
I
am I
was
right?
undercover. Now I was
Yeah.
wearing. I don't know how they didn't know because I was wearing Chelsea boots and skin tight black jeans.
Yes, because you dress like a straight man because that was like hot in 2014. That's precisely the
school.
reason why. Like,
Dude,
gay people
Dude.
were wearing that as a
I
fashion
literally
statement.
found the
in
pod from a YouTube reel that was focused on Austin and had to put work in to find out the name. I'm gonna kiss myself.
2013.
But welcome. Thank you for watching.
Ugh.
Straight people have been wearing it as a fashion statement since 2015. You are getting outflanked by straight people
I
with a
went
fashion
through such a
sense.
bad fashion. I'm finally getting out of it. I'm finally starting to dress a little better. Relegating my tight pants to only airplane rides and the gym.
The Lululemon pants.
It's
throw
getting
those
a lot
away.
better. Thankful for Hassan and some of my friends.
Thanks for watching the Fear and podcast. We're going to the Patreon episode now.
Gay porn review.
Gay porn review. Can't wait.
I'm gonna
Peace.
put on spray
Wait,
tan.
Oh wait,
Before-
hold on,
wait.
wait. We got to give Emily a proper
Yes,
outro.
I was about to say, Emily, is there anything you would like to promote before we move on to the paywall portion of the broadcast, where we make you watch gay porn?
Oh, I'm so excited for that. That'll be my first time. I'm so excited.
You guys are gonna get canceled. You did not let Emily talk enough.
Oh no, don't worry. I'll talk more on the Patreon, surely.
Wait, hold on. You were a part of this too, cutie.
Glad to be
You
here.
don't let me talk enough.
You're an honorary misogynist.
Sure.
All right, sorry, Emily. Go ahead.
Thank you for letting me be on the Austin Show podcast. It was amazing.
You're welcome.
I
You're
stream
done.
on Twitch. I do IRL streams and other hooligan stuff.
And
At Extra
yep.
Emily.
Thank you, Emily. Give it up for
Thank
extra
you.
Emily. Everybody follow her.
Thank you.
And there we have it.
So you want to marry a caked up man?
Oh, I could pay for it too.
Yeah, what's your
you
ideal
know?
man, Emily?
Oh my gosh. So my only thing is that I want someone that treats me well and like like
Knocked out like 98% of men. Okay.
buys me dinner sometimes
Okay.
and like gets me flowers.
Okay,
Or,
okay.
Or just like stuff like that. Like that's what I care about the most. And also being able to talk to them is important. Like good conversation. I can tell them anything. So that's like my two things that I want.
Okay.
And height, they have to be my height or higher.
How tall are you?
5'4" and 3/4.
So height does matter.
It does. It just has to be at least 5'4" and 3/4.
Okay. What about any look?
Dick's.
Oh.
Dick, I don't care about.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So
Circumcised or uncircumcised?
I don't have a preference.
Like saying it with this gross
Yeah.
thing on my face.
Have you seen a circed up or an uncirced penis?
Yes. So uncircled is like there's like a hat on it, right? Like a
Yeah,
little sock.
little beanie.
And then it goes whoop, like pops out.
Should we look at them? Marsh, pull up an uncircumcised penis.
No.
We're not doing that.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching this week's podcast review, this week's podcast installment. Hope you all enjoyed that. Hope you guys had fun with that. Now I'm going to play some League of Legends with my friends because they want to do that. And so I'm going to do that with them. I think they want to do that. Just kidding. They're already playing a game. Never mind. More just chatting. No League of Legends. No gaming. Gaming is a lie. Gaming is not real. What even is League of Legends? I don't know. I don't know her. You guys got any more reacts? Send them my way. Is that ethical reacting? Kai is a free leader, yeah, and she's a radical feminist. Well, now what? I was gonna play some fucking games with my friends, but they all ditched me and queued up without me. Kind of cringe. And so now more time for reacts or I don't know, anything else. Should I just end the stream and fucking kill myself? It is your own content you can watch in silence. True. What else to watch? What else do I? Oh, I know what we can watch. Oh, I have something. I got just the thing, y'all. Check this out. I have to get water. Tycoon, thank you for the sub. Welcome. I gotta pee and then we'll continue.
Hi, this is Chami Wezo, creator of The Room. Let me introduce you to the new Joker. Ah!
Yo! Thanks for the bits. Appreciate that. Thank you for the bits. Did it hit the corner? We were on logo color change at the highest saturation possible. Yeah. This should always be the away screen for Monday streams. Yeah, I gotta download this and add it to my stream. So you got Ableton, you can beats on the occasion? Not really. Not really. I use it to chop up the occasional sound file. That's about it, though. I should, though. Let's see. What to watch? What to watch? What to react? This is always the problem that I run into. I just never know what to react to afterwards. I like travel stuff, cooking stuff, interesting stuff. I don't know, man.
It is hard to articulate.
This is a video about guacamole and avocados. The rise and fall of avocados.
The relevance of the.
I made a podcast a while back that focused on content creation, featuring a couple episodes on Hassan and Will. I shouted for your end, but would you be okay if I made an episode about you? And if so, would you watch/review it? Yeah, I'd watch it on my stream for sure. And yeah, I'd be okay with that. Do your thing. You met a rug cleaning video tier list. Send that to me. So maybe I'm missing the lore here, but why does it say crack smokers? What are you talking? I don't know what you're talking about.
Avocado.
Japan next month, right? Are y'all still allowed to IRL stream there? No flights have been booked, but that's the current plan. And they also tell me, the voices in my head also tell me Australia next month, but we'll see. I'm not banking on anything till I see some fucking tickets booked.
In American culture, we could talk
They're
about
their streamer brain. They're gonna book that shit like a week or two in advance, and that'd be crazy early for them.
health fads, the nutritional value, the international politics of importing and exporting food, Mexican drug cartels, international development, soil quality, human trafficking, or even the best recipes for avocado toast. Today, we are going to be telling the very interesting story of how this little fruit took over a country and how it might be speeding out of control. This video is sponsored by Hothouse Tomatoes.
I'm watching the ads because I'm ethically reacting. Aussie boy content would be exceptional. I agree.
World of increasing food prices, many are ditching those overpriced novelty fruit and vegetables and choosing more traditional and hearty things like Hothouse Tomatoes. Is it possible to get sponsored by a tomato company? Because I feel like getting sponsored by a vegetable would be like the most future-proof thing ever. Jokes aside, today's video is brought to you by Patreon. Now this channel is dedicated—
Oh, that wasn't an ad. He's like me. He's just like, we're the same. We're the same.
Dedicated to talking about products and brands that are making the things that we need to buy and consume every day to survive. And over on Patreon, we have a full-length dedicated podcast where we break down things in more detail. We also have behind-the-scenes—
Paywalling an entire podcast is crazy. How many patrons does this guy have? Does it say? Oh.
Content, and you have the ability to ask us questions and gain that closer relationship with the process that goes into making these videos. So if you enjoy what we're doing here, consider supporting us over there. So let's set the scene here a little bit. At the close of 2022, avocado prices plummeted. But to be fair, 6 months earlier, they had skyrocketed when supply wouldn't meet demand. All those corporate avocado boys were feeling pretty good then. Now I know what you're thinking. We're in a pandemic-driven era where exploitative inflation and all these wacky prices are going crazy. Now all of this may be true, but for a minute, let's remember that we're talking about a fruit, avocados, as a global commodity. There are not a lot of food items in the world that have reached the level of importance in our culture that they are being talked about by economists. And the story of how they went from unknown fruit to a punchline is truly incredible.
God,
First of all, I think we
avocados.
need to get some facts straight. Yes, number one, avocados are a fruit, not a vegetable. If you want to get really technical, they're actually a berry, like each avocado itself is one berry. Two, they are native to Mexico and Central America, but can grow pretty much wherever as long as there's enough heat and water. And last but not least, three, in an Aztec dialect, the word for avocado means testicle because it's shaped like a ball sack.
Yeah, avocados.
And just
fuck
one
Emma's
bonus
stomach
one,
up.
yeah, mole means
Not mine though.
sauce, but guacamole is just guacamole, okay? So we're all on the same page here. So counter to what you might think.
Damn, that video just gave me PTSD. Holy shit.
Avocados weren't always popular to the point
OG Margie heads no.
they were being turned into pool floaties. Their popularity is the product of a very deliberate and impressive marketing campaign that has not really been replicated since. California first started growing avocados back in the 60s actually, but they didn't catch on right away. Californian growers had to put a lot of money into marketing and advertising avocados to the US market because for anyone outside of Latin America, this was a completely new food. Now, if you're a Gen Z person watching this video, you gotta understand that like when I was a kid, avocados didn't exist. Like
True.
I remember at the age of 7 or 8 or something, eating an avocado for the first time. And I hated it. Now these Californian growers wanted to get this.
Yeah, I grew up in a Mexican household, so my parents made guac and ate avocados since as long as I could remember. I also didn't really fuck with avocado that much when I was a kid, but I grew to love it, and now I'm obsessed with it. But yeah,
Avocado toast.
But it's not like a very normal thing in the States until like I guess a little more recently.
Thing going because they were the only ones selling in the United States. They had a monopoly on those profits. Check out these ads from the 70s and 80s trying to reach out to housewives about guacamole. Now I can't say how popular crunchy ham salad on the half shell was, but then a few other things happened that supercharged avocado's popularity. The 1980s low-fat food craze had people obsessing over good fats and bad fats, and it just so happens that avocados fell into the good fat category. We've seen this happen with other foods, right? For a year or two, a certain food like acai berries or quinoa have a moment where they are the thing to eat to stay in shape or to get healthy, and they become insanely popular. We're gonna be talking about that a little bit later too. But then, in the 90s, the US lifted import restrictions from Mexico and the floodgates opened. By the 2000s, imported...
About to clean my second building of the night while listening about the rise and fall of avocados, the crack smokers label was going to continue to haunt my brain.
Avocados made up 85% of the US market, and thanks to imports, Americans could dip their chips year-round, not limited by California's growing season.
Dude, I want some guac right now so bad. That sounds so good.
Increasing numbers of Latin American immigrants also helped push avocados more and more into the mainstream. And all this culminates into the millennial avocado toast boom of the 20-teens. There's a lot of ways to eat avocados, obviously, but for some reason, this was the format that really gave avocados their big moment. There is a lot of boring debate about who did it first, so let's just assume that Latin America did it first, and then Gwyneth Paltrow introduced it in her 2013 cookbook at the exact right timing for avocado toast to blow up on Instagram. Good on you, Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm glad that you got that one in your satchel of achievements. I'm actually not entirely sure what Gwyneth Paltrow does. I'm not very good with celebrity trivia.
So you get the good great guac recipe with potatoes into Miracle Whip. Sounds nasty, but trust me, yeah, I would never put Miracle Whip in avocado or in guac. And I think if I told that to my parents, they would evaporate, but I'm sure it's fine.
Muy bien.
But okay, I actually cannot overstate how huge avocado toast got. By 2014, over 4 billion avocados were being eaten annually in America. And by 2017, it was a multi-billion-dollar industry. Avo toast went from food blogs to artisanal brunches to t-shirts to the reason why millennials will never be able to buy a house. It basically became a meme, but a meme that we will still spend $20 on to eat unironically. But the cultural landscape is just
Good night.
what we
Thanks
all
for
saw
watching.
online and in our local coffee shops. The story that not many people know about is the entity that made this all possible, the Haas avocado.
Avocado or guac doesn't require any sort of cream in it whatsoever. It's pretty basic, actually. It's literally just avocados, lime juice, salt, pepper, and honestly, that's it. If you want a really basic one, but if you want to make like real, I guess more traditional guac, you'd also add tomato, red onion, cilantro. If you want to make it spicy, you could add some like serrano peppers, but you don't need to, and I probably wouldn't because it's usually served with salsa, so you don't need to make your guac spicy. And then that's it.
Review board. Now, you remember earlier when I said that Californian growers put a lot of effort into marketing avocados? In 2003, that energy got formalized into a nonprofit called the Haas Avocado Review Board. Their mission is to make avocado's America's most popular fruit, and they are the reason that Haas owns the market, and why we're a little worried about its future. The Haas Avocado Review Board, HAB, is named after the Haas avocado, obviously, which is the type of avocado that you are used to here in North America. There are
The
like
Hassan
500 types of
avocado.
avocados, just like you can get apples in a bunch of different varieties too. And from my own personal opinion, Haas is definitely not the coolest one. I mean, look at this weird avocado. And that weird avocado. But the reason why Haas avocados is special is because it is 1, slow to ripen, and 2, has a thick skin. Basically, it travels well. Because these avocados were being presented to a North American market where avocados do not grow, they had to travel a fair distance to reach these markets. And getting jostled around in the back of trucks and being under ship decks and whatnot, these things needed to be tough. So today, most avocados in North America are Haas avocados. Like, a lot. In the US,
True.
it's over 95%.
That's crazy.
So the whole purpose and raison d'etre for the Haas Avocado Board is to promote Haas avocados in North America.
This is really literally a video about big avocado, which is crazy because I would joke. I'm sure I could at one point in my life joke like that big avocado is out to get us somehow in some way, but it's true.
And you could say that this little nonprofit has fully reached their goal, but they're a nonprofit, which is really interesting. So the way that they make their money and how much money they have and use is kind of hard to track down. Up here in Canada, we see ads for, Canadian beef or milk or eggs. So advertisements about the benefits of certain foods isn't totally unheard of, but very few have been quite so legendary. I mean, these guys totally crushed it. Like at this point, I feel like we should be tasking them with slightly more important things like tackling climate change or making parking lots less annoying. To accomplish this amazing feat, they use radio ads and press announcements about avocados and their health benefits. But their budget is huge. During its first 5 years, it spent a total of $93.1 million on Haas Avocado promotion. Haas Avocado also had a frickin' NASCAR sponsorship. And yeah, it's called the Haas Car. And this year, no joke, they ran a Super Bowl ad.
You were right. Avocados make everything better. Ah, sweet liberty.
Now that's a tourist attraction.
A Super Bowl ad. Avocado sales must be doing pretty good if they can afford a $7 million Super Bowl ad, am I right? Everyone and their dog is eating avocados nowadays. So why are we speculating that there might be a fall on the horizon? That's a great question. When researching this episode, we came across something called neglected and underutilized species. These are traditional foods that have been important for local populations in a particular country for a long time, but aren't really a part of the global food market until they are. Think stuff like palm oil, teff, and quinoa. These foods typically follow a pretty predictable boom and then bust trajectory, but they enter the new markets that they eventually take over because of their supposed health benefits. Phase 1 is the promotion of the food as a superfood or something like that. Consumers are attracted to the foods.
At the end of this video, is he going to tell me that avocados aren't good for me? Because I don't think I can handle that.
High nutritional value and health promises. The marketing around these products typically target people who influence other people's eating choices, like health nuts, new agers, mommy groups, celebrities, influencers, you name it. It doesn't so much matter that the label superfoods isn't scientific by any means, but calling something a superfood tends to make you a lot of money.
Fuck.
However, these early adopters are just the beginning. Eventually, the goal is to get this food to the masses, and avocados are well and truly there. Even fast food spots like Burger King and Subway have added guac to their menus. But on the back end of things, this sudden takeover has massive implications. This sudden increase in consumer demands leads to an increase in production, which means massive changes to land use, farming practices, water management, local access to food, and more. Everyone is suddenly racing to keep up with this booming market demand to make as much money as possible before the boom, which is phase 2. Everyone is suddenly rushing to keep up with this crazy demand to make as much money as possible because they all kind of know that the bust is coming. Do you remember quinoa? Between 2005 and 2013, the price of quinoa tripled as the US and Europe discovered this superfood. Farmers, mostly in Peru, pumped out the grain and made some pretty good money. Farmers replaced their crops like rice and veggies with quinoa in order to do that. But in 2014, we hit peak quinoa. And after that, it's all been pretty well downhill. So many farmers had entered the market.
This is just making me so hungry.
Suddenly,
I'm zoning out. I'm actually just so hungry.
Supply exceeded demand. And while global popularity was still rising, prices began to fall. Smaller farmers couldn't afford to compete, and suddenly their monocrop fields of quinoa were essentially worthless and they were out of luck. Now, obviously, there is a lot more to the quinoa.
All right, got it completed, sort of. When it hits the corner, it makes a little explosion. Sick. This is peak. Will it always hit the corner? It takes a while. Will it always hit the corner? Oh, you can. I can click on it. Eee. Will it always hit the corner at the same time? Oh. Depends on your screen. Okay. This is awesome. Oh. I forgot what I was gonna say. Now, how do I incorporate this onto the podcast set? Having this in the corner would be so sick. Having this on a screen somewhere would be so sick. How do I do that? Should I add a sound effect of when it gets close of me doing that noise? No. Have this bounce across the screen and post the whole episode to make it so people just the retention. Does the Mac computer work? No, I don't think it's plugged in. I'll double check, but I don't think it is.
Quinoa story.
2 more minutes.
If you're interested in hearing about stuff like that, let us know, because from our preliminary research, it is a wild one. But back to avocados. As we already mentioned, avocados have been having some fluctuations in their performance. First half of 2022 was booming, but by the end of the year, we saw overproduction, saturated markets, and falling prices.
I could fix this. Hold on. Oh, it did it. Oh, we missed it. Well, and actually, we got it. Nice. Okay, well, I guess we can stop watching now.
Prices. Even though economic speculators still predict global market increases and press releases boast huge numbers, like apparently the US broke a record importing 2.48 billion pounds of avocados just last year, some producers like Peru saw 0% profit. God, Peru just they get the short end of the stick a lot of the time. First quinoa and avocados.
Oh, I can't believe you've done this.
In 2023, prices are falling again so far, and more sources look like they're starting to sweat about the future of avocados. Now remember, the global avocado market is 50% America. And now over 90% of America's avocados are imported from Mexico and Central America. These crops are heavily influenced by the Haas Avocado Review Board, which follows federal marketing orders.
Why would Haas do this?
That means that a lot of the success of those Latin American farmers is balanced in the hands of the US government, which isn't exactly known for its goodwill. And this particular dynamic is exactly the opposite of what a bunch of studies looking at this sort of boom and bust trajectory of these vegetables recommends to protect local growers and secure food systems. Add on top of this that we have a changing climate that is probably going to make growing avocados harder, and the fact that avocado trees take 4 years to grow before they start developing any fruit, you can see how the future of this beloved product may be a little precarious. Of course, we cannot see where this is going to go truly in the future, and this is our opinion. If you are very emotionally connected to
Okay, well, that was less interesting than I thought it would be, but I guess that's good to know. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What is this TikTok? Play Minecraft. Yes.
Dinner.
Oh
You know
God!
the
What?
rules.
Oh
Big up
God!
the
Oh
hangover,
God! Oh God! Oh God!
beef,
Oh
roast dinner,
God! I
beef,
hate.
whatever. Listen, we got
Fucking.
beef.
What is this? I'm not watching this. GTRP, play some Minecraft. Oh, I don't want to do GTRP, man. Don't make me do GTRP. That's so much work. We can just watch Billy do GTRP. I can't believe he's still on. Yeah, I'm just gonna get off and raid Will. I'm gassed. I'm gonna play video games with my friends off stream. I love you guys. Go watch Billy. Oh, why did that raid not work? / raid Will. There we go. Okay, bye, y'all. I love you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.